All right, we're live.
Did you get?
Whoa.
I added a little bit of Monster Hunter footage as well. Can you grab that, Chris Davis? No, not to that. To the
okay.
footage folder. This one you can maximize.
Oh, 20 minutes ago. Yeah. I'm pulling it now. Hang on. And I got to pull crispy footage too.
Whoa, we're gonna be watching a Black Desert trailer. That's crazy. What's that about?
I didn't think I was going to be the only one who had played Death
Can you
Stranding
give us
2.
theater mode?
I was clicking another window. Fucking.
Brad, have some fucking
Tommy
patience,
tits.
Brad.
No. Y'all are all you. I've heard enough from you and Chris Davis over the years that we release a polished product around these parts, Brad. And God damn it, I demand it.
I don't think
I was like,
Anybody
please
said
stop
that.
calling this a product. And you're like, no, we're gonna be rich.
Are you going to be like this tonight? Is this your attitude tonight?
Literally every podcast night
God
since
fucking
you've
damn it.
arrived here, Chris Davis. What are you asking of me?
Are you implying that I am a catalyst for this destruction?
I'm implying I have always been this way.
Yeah, this is not surprising. But we can still sit here and call Brad an impatient little bitch.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm just, he's spoiling trailer talk. This is Ninja Gaiden, Nicholas.
I know what Ninja Gaiden looks like. Look,
Oh.
I think this looks lame as hell, though.
Wow.
I mean, that's
Wow.
such like a. You could say probably not for me, but let's not sound stupid.
I'm kidding.
In front of the people.
I'm, of course, being sarcastic.
This is like, but the thing is, you like a Devil May Cry and a Bayonetta. So I
do,
don't know. Like maybe it's too bloody for you. You don't like all the gore.
No. Yeah, that's clearly what it is.
I don't know.
No, I don't know.
I get it.
Something
you
about
you like
Ninja Gaiden
chicks.
just is...
You like chicks, and you.
I do like chicks, but that's
Oh wait, no,
also
Dante's
nothing to do with
not.
it.
Trying to figure it out.
Look, man. First of all, Tarkus, don't take what I said too literally. But I will say that for whatever reason, Ninja Gaiden has never been for me.
Well, but you do like this type of game, right?
I am going to try the 2D Ninja Gaiden.
I think you would like this one more than the 2D one. I don't think that 2D one is for you.
I
think maybe the
as the person who currently occupies the space between my ears, I feel like I'm having the exact opposite reaction.
I know you think that now. Play that demo. Play that demo. I don't think it is what you think it is.
All right.
And I say that as someone who's played the demo and other Ninja Gaiden games, many Ninja Gaiden games. I even finished that one on DS. I was actually pretty.
I'm gonna be honest, Brad. I'm gonna be totally honest, and I know you're probably gonna like shit a brick when I say this, but like, you know what I think it is that stops me from really appreciating Ninja Gaiden?
Brad. It's Brad.
It's me. I think it's me because I like Ninja Gaiden.
Whoa, actual stealth in a Ninja Gaiden game? What?
But he's a ninja.
Not.
Yeah. Well, what is
great.
He's a ninja. He doesn't sneaky.
I'm not. The lore looks stupid as hell.
The lore.
The lore.
It's about as smart as fucking Devil May Cry or Bayonetta.
It's like on Resident Evil level, right?
Okay, let's not get started with this.
What?
This is.
You fight a pack of werewolves in
honestly,
Venice.
it makes sense. I mean, like, well, it doesn't make too much sense to me, but like, I understand. Like, I don't think Nick liked Vanquish either, right? Because he couldn't get invested in the characters or something. I mean, I believe there's a little bit to that.
Actually, that's not true at all. I think the controls are my problem with Vanquish.
Oh, well, that's just a user error. I mean, user deficiency. But
wow, you telling him he's not a pro gamer?
No, I'm just saying Vanquish controls like a dream. Hey, well, what about like you also didn't like Metal Gear Rising, right?
I played all the way through Metal Gear Rising, finished it, and loved it.
Really?
Metal Gear Rising was
because everyone's saying that this is like this is Platinum and Team Ninja are making this game together,
I know.
right?
I was already in.
This is a Platinum game?
Yes, it's Platinum
Oh, I
Games and
didn't
Team
know
Ninja
that.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people are saying it has big Metal Gear Rising energy.
Well, why didn't you say so sooner?
I've been reading the interviews, and it's fucking cool. Like, so like the main character. So this game is developed by Platinum Games, but it's being like supervised by Team Ninja, right? And
Yeah.
this character, the main character, is a Platinum Games ass character.
100%.
But Ryu Hayabusa's in the game, and like Team Ninja says, y'all are not allowed to touch him. We're doing.
Oh, this
Ryu.
is not the normal main character.
No, it's not the normal main character. So the director or the producer at Team Ninja is like, we got Ryu Hayabusa, who's the main character of Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah.
And they're gonna they're doing him, and that Platinum's not allowed to touch him. And I think that's just a cool idea. And it's still very, as someone who's played plenty of Ninja Gaiden games, this is very like Ninja Gaiden, even though it does have kind of like a Platinum Games like flash or flair to it. But it is funny that like I like Bayonetta Devil May Cry, not this gory one. It's a little funny because this is part of the Ninja Gaiden.
Look, I think you're taking my lore comment a little too seriously.
Does he have blood powers?
No, but I kind of get what you say. I kind of get what you're saying. Like if you like in terms of story and characters in this series, there is nothing to latch onto. So
There
if you're
is.
someone who needs some of that, which I'm glad you're admitting it. Like it makes sense to me. Like that.
I just hope
or
everybody
I can say that's the
realizes.
first thing that you've said about maybe your interest in this series that makes sense to me.
Okay,
Um,
well,
with
I
that
just
said,
hope people
you-
understand one thing. When I say that I like the story, or quote unquote, I like or appreciate the story of Resident Evil, it is not the same thing as when I say I like the story of The Last of Us or something. You know what I mean? Like it's not.
We know.
I'm
We're
not
talking
saying
about
the
Resident
same
Evil.
thing.
We know,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
know, we know.
yeah.
But I know, but people are like saying you like Resident Evil and you don't like this. That's crazy. It's like that's not. There's just the subject matter is totally different.
No.
Like,
no.
Even me, a Resident Evil lore fan hater, would not lump Ninja Gaiden lore in with that. Like that would be unfair to Resident Evil even. I will say though, like you saying that like you're interested in the 2D Ninja Gaiden, like that's just as like lame, right? Like it's not like that's gonna have
Like
any
a
like
parry.
story or
I'm just saying,
characters
if
worth
I
of
was
shit.
to play one of the two, I feel like I'm more likely to play the 2D one.
I
The
will say, I
Shinigami
bet if you
is the one I'm
played
more
that,
interested
if you played like a demo of both, you would say the opposite. I bet
Alright.
that's true.
Tell you what, the best part of the footage I'm seeing so far is how pulled out the camera is. You have so much more reference for the environment
So
where
the
enemies
previews
are.
I've seen I think only Game Informer and IGN's had hands on with it. They've both said that they fixed the camera problems. So like Ninja Gaiden is loved outside of maybe 3. Although some people like Razor's Edge,
But historically, the cameras are the worst
always,
part.
The camera's always a disaster. So
Yeah.
the fact that Platinum has fixed that is good.
Yes.
But I'm hyped.
I mean, as someone who thinks that Ninja Gaiden Black is a goat, and I recently played through Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, and I'm honestly thinking maybe check out the Master Collection of 3. Like, I'm looking
I
forward
mean,
to this.
3. So the people who love 3 are like the ones who are in deep on Ninja Gaiden. The ones who are like, this is a terrible game,
They're
but
too
it has
invested.
well, they'll say it's a terrible game, but it has the best combat. And like when they say it has the best combat, it's not even. They'll also say that it's not fun because the enemies that are in that game make it unfun. But mechanically,
Nothing
it is
can be
peak.
as bad
it is
as
peak.
vanilla Ninja Gaiden 2, though.
So they
No,
want
Vanilla
like
Ninja Gaiden 3 is by far the
they
worst
want
we're talking about.
Ryu as he
Double
works in
exploding
3,
giant
like-
armadillos?
It's just not your lane, bro. Trust me when I say like there are some people who think Vanilla Ninja Gaiden Black or Vanilla Ninja Gaiden 2 is the best of the series. No one likes Vanilla Ninja Gaiden 3. It is a literal 50 on Metacritic kind of game. It's dog shit.
No, that's why I'm talking about like the Master Collection that has like the newest version of edits and
Razor's
stuff.
Edge, but even
Razor's
Razor's Edge just doesn't salvage it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, whatever. It's anyways. We can move ahead, but I mean, I'm saying like it's Ninja Gaiden feels good in hands. I'll say that. Like that is always true.
There's definitely no debating that. I'm not trying to imply that it's not for sure.
I'm hopeful because I want Platinum Games to like prove to people that like, hey, we still
They're
got
still
some,
around. They can still make a lot of good shit.
Like don't discount. Don't. People are talking about Platinum like it is
like they're on a
dead
death
studio.
watch. Yeah, like, it's on
like
hospice.
Which is
That's
crazy. It's the
thing.
studio that made Nier Automata, which was like the craziest success story for a series that had like literally no like mainstream fan base. You know what I mean? Like, and then it became a phenomenon.
Yeah,
it's bananas.
The thighs, man.
you're the ninja. Can we get a little more audio now?
Do we
Gotta
really?
hear that Beavis
with
and
Beavis and
Butthead.
Butthead,
A
we
little
really?
more. Yeah.
This is gonna be cool. Oh yeah, good idea.
They're like,
Maybe
fuck-
video
fuck
games are
Fortnite.
bad.
How do you see this and go, maybe video games are bad?
Hold on.
I see this and say, maybe there's hope for us yet.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. Maybe there are still brighter tomorrows.
Huh.
Okay, this is gonna like hurt you a lot more than it's gonna hurt me.
I can't even tell if this is like is this like actual? Are they actually like in the game like this?
This
Dude,
is a
it's
real
Call of
thing.
Duty.
This is happening.
Yeah, it's a
Call of Duty
crossover.
became Fortnite. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
They're all live service games, which means now they're all about
Properties.
the crossovers, the collabs, the collaborations.
The property orgies.
But like, I think until they figured that out,
The
Call of Duty
continual
didn't know what to do.
Ready Player Oneification of pop culture.
There we go. Hey, look, it's Pac-Man.
Packed man.
I cannot even believe. I still cannot believe this is a thing.
This
is
might
what-
be all right.
That's what people are saying. I counted it in my fantasy league, so I don't want it to be so good.
One of your
I want
18
it to be
different
like
fantasy
a-
leagues.
I want it to be like a hidden gem, maybe that scores not great on launch.
You mean that is redeemed after the fact?
Yeah.
Years later? Reevaluated?
Yeah,
a day
but
scope
month
after
from
December
now,
31st.
I want 6 months from now there to be an amazing patch that fixes everything. Wait,
That's
no.
fucking
Jan-
diabolical.
January
months from now.
1st,
7
you mean.
months from
Gotcha.
Yeah, January 1st. I mean, it's stupid enough to be like I kind of want to try this.
Do we know what
But-
team is making this at Bandai Namco?
Some internal team.
It's clearly the original Pac-Man studio.
Do we know different
Well-
Bandai Namco teams?
No, not really. I mean, there's like the Tekken team and like the Tales of team and stuff, but like
Project Aces.
yeah, but not really. Like they do this every now and then. Where they release some internal projects that are. Like,
Did you know about this, Nick?
Dude,
I did.
this is
What
weird.
the fuck?
Yeah, this is Red Dead shit.
Wait, what?
Oh,
Like,
it's on
yeah.
sale on
Redemption-
Steam. Oh
Got
my
announced
God.
last night.
Wait, Red Dead
Oh.
Redemption 2?
Yeah,
Red Dead
it's
Online.
Red Dead Online shit. Weird
Robots.
Tales of the West Volume 1. Strange Tales
I mean,
of the West Volume 1. Robots, Nick! They're doing the Man versus Machine update, but in Red Dead.
I wish God, Red Dead Redemption 2 deserves the fucking Undead Nightmare
Yeah,
expansion.
that's what that is, it looks
But
like.
not
But
online.
for-
I don't
for
know if
online.
other people.
Oh, Nicholas.
they've already ported Red Dead.
Well, you can play like a lot of the online campaign solo.
I'm just saying, Undead Nightmare was so good, and it was just a single player like zombie game dropped inside. Yeah, that was sick. I want that in Red Dead 2.
Why
You're
are
not
you
getting that.
talking
I
over
know.
Tiny Tim's Turbo Trip. What's this game called?
Tiny Chef?
This is Tiny Terry's Turbo Trip.
It came out last year, but I think it's got. I don't know what this trailer's for. But I heard
You're
this
not
was, like,
part of
super
this
fun.
turbo team! You walk!
It's an Accolades trailer. It must have just come to like Switch or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
It's got
Yeah.
some bops.
Looks dumb as fuck, Brad.
Yeah, you wouldn't get it.
Yeah, I wouldn't get it.
All right,
I
here we
like
go.
Good
Wait,
games.
wait. Why does it say Black Desert official Wukong combat?
Because that's what it is.
No, no.
Look,
What,
these are
what?
from the creators of Crimson Desert, a hotly anticipated game coming out late this
Oh,
year.
I thought that's what we were watching a trailer for. I was like, the
No,
game's
this is
even...
Black
Black
Desert.
Desert, the MMO.
Oh,
The MMO.
Yeah.
God damn
Hey,
it.
but you love Wukong.
What? They're doing a Wukong
yeah.
collaboration? Oh, okay.
No, I do love Wukong. I was just saying the game's not even out and they're already announcing collaborations. I'm not.
Oh, there you go. From the
excited about that.
creators of.
Was Wukong actually good? I mean,
Yes, you stupid bitch.
no. Someone who isn't Nick
Jesus, wow.
answered.
Yeah.
Calm down,
Nick
Nick.
and a lot
Calm
of people
down.
in China believe.
You don't need to be that
the-
fucking aggressive about Wukong.
A lot of people
That's
in China
that's the
believe it's
controversy,
GOAT.
right? They're like, it doesn't count because it's only Chinese people saying it's great, and Nick, Chinese people and Nick. But
Nick
you know,
is a Targaryen member of the party. I know.
I think people like it. I mean, I don't
We
think anyone
recognize
is
our own.
like, this is game of the year, but like, I think people enjoyed it. It's a lot of boss fights and then some good level
I
design.
believe it.
Nick says
Perpetuating that bullshit.
Nick's
it's not what it is.
I mean,
Well,
you get a couple drinks in Nick, and he goes all third world Maoist. Like he's all like, you know, death to America, caca. Like
Does Nick
Can I
have an
say
opinion
this
on
looks pretty
Taiwan?
fun?
Has he said that?
yeah, Chinese Taipei. Yeah, he's
I
very.
put this in
Chinese
as a
Taipei,
joke,
gotcha.
but it
Yeah,
looks
he's
pretty
very-
fun.
Look. Hey, listen, man. I'm not gonna make Taiwan jokes because my politics are far more complicated than you could ever imagine. But
Have you heard? Tales of a legendary
But-
side-scrolling action game.
yeah, Nick's a fucking
We'll never
party
figure out
mouthpiece
Frisbee.
at this point.
I'm a sleeper cell. What can I say?
They denounce Nick during performances of Shen Yun. Like,
Wow. That's big.
I don't know. It's Crispy seems to know an awful lot about all this.
I know, right? It's so obvious that I'm a foreign asset. Like, come
It's kind
on,
of suspicious.
FBI, come get me. Send me to Alligator Alcatraz, please.
Oh my god!
No. I get to
Nick's
bring
acting
that
like
shit
he's
up.
never seen a Shin Yun
I'm sorry, it's
poster.
Alligator Auschwitz.
To rescue her, the
So
12
who did Arc System Works outsource this to?
What are you talking about? This is internally developed, bro.
This is
No, no,
internally
this is-
developed?
No, this is Ukes.
complete stages to progress in this
It's
battle-focused
Ukes.
action game.
What?
Who?
Players can choose from
Ukes?
characters,
I don't know what that
Double
means.
If you
Dragon?
keep saying the name, I don't know who that is.
dynamic combos.
Dude,
Did
they've
any
been
of
around
you
for
guys-
decades. They're known for wrestling games.
Did any of you guys watch the
Oh.
Double Dragons cartoon when you were a
or
kid?
throw them in your direction of choice.
No, I knew it existed.
Enemies, or even send
Yeah, it was
them
like two
flying
brothers. They were crime fighters, and they had these like dragon swords, and they do like a
Cartoon?
a series
Is that what
of
you-
steps.
I remember the
That's like
more of the
that's like
live
a
action movie
that's
than
like a
that.
that's like a Sunday tier.
Devastating follow-up.
Maybe actually on Sunday.
When you're surrounded,
Like you know, you're kind of sad that it's on, but you gotta watch. It's either that or Street Sharks, so you just deal. You know.
different properties.
Oh, you'd pick Double Dragon over Street Sharks?
No. Well, no. But I'm saying like it's a
Bro, I was
Sunday
gonna
cartoon,
say.
if you know what
Yeah,
I mean.
it's
Either
way
literally
more
or actually. I mean, or
Sure.
like figuratively.
I wonder.
Each stage is packed with diverse gimmicks.
Street Sharks was
Use
not the
terrain
bomb.
and objects
No, Street Sharks
It was all sorts of fodder.
Street
It
Sharks was
wasn't
better toys than it was a show.
very true.
Although the Vin Diesel like
Each stage has unique
Oh yeah.
the Vin Diesel commercial or whatever
Yeah.
is the best.
weapon-based.
Or it wasn't even a commercial. What was it? It was like a
Yeah,
home
it was-
shopping network thing.
Yeah,
or
it was like a
something.
product showcase for like retailers or
product
something.
showcase. That's right.
Yeah.
You know that
Ah,
somewhere in the background of some salt mine of pitches for TV shows that somebody's trying to pitch a Street Sharks revival.
We could skip this shit. This is 5 minutes long.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
already.
thank Jesus.
Yeah, we were long done with this game.
The lore is actually
4
really
minutes
good,
ago.
Nick.
You shut your stupid mouth.
So, ready for your first day?
Oh boy, 1.0, huh?
Is it going 1.0? Can we finally
That's
play?
what this trailer
Official
is.
1.0 in console release
Yeah.
date.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like
wanna-
at the end of the month.
I do want to play this again as a group after it's 1.0.
trapped.
This one costs money though.
Too bad none of us have money.
We may have inadvertently triggered an
Tell me about it.
in one small slice of infinity.
Shut the fuck up, Chris Davis. I don't want to hear it. You're not allowed to.
There are forces at play here we barely understand.
So what is the actual loop of this game?
What are you talking about? It's like a survival.
It's a
like a
survival.
survival game.
Yeah, it's a survival
like
game.
fucking
Like what you're
Tron.
trying to do, you're trying to escape the facility. So like every area you go into, you're having to like build something to fix something to move on to the next area, kind of thing.
Okay, but is it like
you're
randomly
building a
generated or is
piece.
it bespoke level design?
It's bespoke level design.
Okay, all right.
It's like Half-Life if you had to like craft and build bases inside Black Mesa.
Okay. Would you say it's single
Is this the
player friendly?
update? Is this the update we're talking about tonight?
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to show
Oh,
this 'cause
title
it's
update 2?
have you played any of it?
No, I haven't, because don't you have to do something on PC to make it like not suck anymore? Didn't they fuck something up?
Oh, you're on PC?
Yeah.
I heard they helped something. They fixed some performance stuff with this update, but
Because I saw that they put out a thing that was like, oh, you have to go find this file and delete it before.
I don't know. But I mean, you've seen this trailer, right? At least.
Yeah.
Chris-
Yes. Yeah. The Fender, like what?
Marcus says they fixed the shader issue.
Yeah,
They fixed the shader issue.
oh, they
yeah.
fixed the shader issue. Thank God.
The crazy. I mean, it's a really good update. We'll talk about it. I have a little bit of footage.
Damn, I want that fucking lion head. That was cool.
Doshiguma head, actually, but whatever. This is the crazy part.
The
I have
underwater.
footage of this. Yeah, they are. I think this is either the expansion or the next Monster Hunter. I think they're bringing it back, but we'll talk about it tonight.
Swimming?
Well, this is like the first
Like,
time they had
you could
underwaters
basically
in like
do it.
15 years, right? Something like
There's
that.
literally only one Monster Hunter gen has
Ever did
ever
it.
had it, and they
Yeah.
immediately got rid of it. And I think they might be bringing it back.
Damn, dog.
But dude, I fought an 8-star tempered Seregios yesterday, and I think he's harder than Gore. I think he's harder than like an
Really?
8. Than like yeah, he does not fuck around.
Oh,
Relentless.
boy.
He's a relentless. And I went in there with my lance. He is relentless. It's crazy.
That's a long wait until the next update.
And one day I'm actually gonna play this game.
I have it
long
installed
wait.
on my machine.
It's
Waiting
September. Title update 3 is in September.
Ooh, is this a
fiction action adventure?
Ooh,
Yeah,
we
this
gotta-
actually shows off the puzzle gameplay.
This is the secret Mega Man game
Since
that
we
everyone's
first
talking
announced
about.
it, but we're excited to have the game ready for you in 2026.
That's what they're saying? That it's Mega Man?
No,
There's
no,
there's
no,
idiot
no.
conspiracy theories out there.
Yeah, he loves a meme. It's not.
It's
Mega Man.
stupid.
Chris
It's
Davis-
really
Chris Davis is
stupid.
saying-
An Android
Chris Davis is saying idiot conspiracy theories to mask the fact that he's one of them.
No, I think that shit is hilarious.
He likes a good bit. I get it. I get it.
When a lunar quake strikes, Hugh is separated from the team.
This is a Donkey Kong Bonanza like,
Donkey
He finds
Konga.
himself saved by Diana.
but instead of singing, she
I
hacks.
can't believe they're going this fucking hard on Donkey Kong.
Now
Like,
they must
that
work
game
together
Dude.
to Earth.
crazy.
Hugh
What the
is
fuck?
sarcastic, but
Why is
advanced,
Donkey... What?
and Diana, a curious and enigmatic android.
They're making a better Donkey Kong game than, like, the
This is
last
how
9
Donkey
Mario
Adventure
games they've
between
made. Like,
human and android.
Hey, let's not.
why? That's a weird strategy. Why would they do that?
I mean,
Mix of
that's
puzzle
the
and
dream,
action.
right? But like, the game's not out
He
yet. It could.
looks so good.
It
Nick.
could suck. Is that what you're about
It could
to say?
suck. It could
It's
suck.
not gonna suck, Nick. Did you watch that 17-minute thing? It's crazy.
Yeah. Yes.
It's
we
not
watched the
gonna
trailer
suck.
talk.
It's gonna be
not gonna suck.
good at least. I don't know if it's gonna be like
Use her
crazy,
hacking
but
ability on this
I mean, I guess it could still kind of faceplant somehow.
What if it
but like,
runs like dog shit?
down their armor.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean
but that's something
that
that
is
fix.
the only
Like-
real concern because people keep saying frame drops, and you're right. It's probably not going to run amazingly, but you know what? Plenty of Nintendo games have run kind of iffy
dude,
before.
the fucking
you know?
like any one of those mechanics was like, yeah, I don't know. It feels like they're doing a Tears of the Kingdom thing where they're like, oh, by the way, before the game comes out next week, you should know that we've only shown you like a third of it, and this is the other 2/3, and it's crazy, and please consider buying it. Like,
yeah.
It looks
They
pretty
were
wild,
hiding
but
a
what
lot
about-
with that game.
But what about Donkey Kong Bonanza meets Vanquish is what this makes me think.
In Pragmata,
This-
your adventures take place at a lunar research
Yeah.
station.
this looks like Strand type game.
Which, you know,
From microchips.
is cool.
It is cool. I do like that other people like Kojima, but I feel like people trying to do Kojima don't.
Do you really think this looks like someone's trying to do Kojima? Because I'm not getting that vibe.
I don't know.
I don't
mean,
think so.
That could be a pretty superficial read, I admit, but also
I'm not seeing that.
You will also
This
use
is
to
a-
hack the
I don't
systems blocking your
I'm
progress.
hoping this is like. I'm hoping this is like
By combining their abilities.
Prey.
Diana,
I think they
Looks
wanted
like
to
it's
do
gonna
like
be-
a space Resident Evil or like a Dead Space, and they needed a hook, and
If
the
they
one
make
that
a
they
available on PlayStation
the one they
5,
decided to go with is
Xbox
just kind of
Series
eh.
X,
if this actually resembles like classic Resident Evil survival
This
horror,
summer.
but like not survival horror, but like in terms of like how you unlock and move about the environment, like I will be in love.
Thrilling combination of puzzle and action
mean,
combat.
I don't know if
I would love a space Resident Evil. God damn it!
Many more events
I-
Like an
Well, the
I-
last
I
time they
just
tried to
said
do
that. I don't think
space
anyone's
anything,
saying
it didn't
that.
turn out well.
yeah, I don't know if this is space Resident
this
Evil. bro.
doesn't look like Resident
Please
Evil.
look
That,
out
like,
for more information on Pragmata
I don't
on our
know,
official
what-
social channels, website, and stores.
what are they doing with the
Hey,
little girl?
And
Like, why
don't
is
forget to
that
follow
the gimmick?
And to add Pragmata to your
It's a Donkey Kong Bonanza like.
It's
She's
a-
supposed to be like the first sentient
oh.
android AI, something like that.
Like, okay, I get it. Like Rose or fucking.
Now you get the Donkey Kong joke.
What is her name? What is?
Rosaline, according
No,
to Chris Davis.
Pauline.
Or Paulina, sorry.
Paulina.
No, it's Pauline.
Pauline, the mayor of New Donk City.
The
New
lady.
Donk City.
City.
New Donk City.
Get a rope.
Yeah, rope. Yeah. Fuck you, Chris Davis.
This game, did y'all hear about this game? This is the one that,
Oh, yeah.
that
what
Carlos
is-
wanted us to stream
Oh,
together.
peak. Okay.
Yeah.
The flavor of the week that made
But it's
someone
definitely
rich.
a kind of game that you gotta like. You have to play.
Yeah, with the correct audio and stuff.
Yeah.
It is a local
It's-
audio game.
What do they call this now? Friend slop.
Friend slop. Yeah,
That's
it is
not a
friend
bad
slop.
term.
Streamer friend slop, but
Yeah.
it's developed by like the developers of Another Crab Treasure, and it made them so much more money, and this is just like a game jam thing for them. And like, you feel bad, right? Because
Yeah.
they threw this thing together in months, and it made them way
Nobody
more money than
ever
other-
is
than other crabs.
recognized for the art that resonates with them. Like, you know, it's.
It's a goddamn shame.
But like,
I
but
mean,
like the funny thing is, the developer was just like crashing out on Twitter. Like, I can't believe y'all
Oh,
are
that
buying
this
this,
is the
by
one?
the
Yeah.
millions, and no one, instead of Another Crab's Treasure, but whatever.
It's ego. You're not as clever as you think you are.
Well,
Here we
apparently
go.
they are, because I hear peak is peak.
Okay.
You can't out clever yourself. No, you're right. That's I'm not. That's not my position.
What's up, Funky Duck?
But it is the.
The movement looks so good in this, though. That's the thing, right? Like I feel like what what made Mario Odyssey stand out. Even the things that like people were saying, well, you know, Astrobot's nice and polished and fun, but it doesn't have like the mechanical depth of like a Mario Odyssey, right? Which is true, but like this has like some of that sauce.
All the sauce.
Yeah. It looks like really like what's the black the PS2 game Black
He
by
goes
Criteria by
fucking Super Saiyan. He goes Super Saiyan.
the you know how like they said in that game you could just be in an empty room shooting the gun and you'll be having a good time or whatever. Like you could say that about like Mario Odyssey. I bet like in this game as well, just from the looks of it, it feels so good just to move around.
So good once it touches your lips.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, it might have some performance issues. That would not surprise me. But you know, we are now many generations into this hobby where bad performance, like it's not a Steam game, okay? So I don't think it has anything to worry about. If it's a Steam game, it'd be overwhelmingly negative, right? Because you know,
This is Robot Onichanbar, isn't it?
Yeah. It's what is it? Full Metal what?
Full Metal Fumofu? Panic? Full Metal Panic?
I never watched Fumofu. I only watched a little bit of Panic.
Yeah, because you're a lore boy and you don't like to laugh. But Fumofu is good.
Zenshin Machine Girls.
No, I only heard ever good things about Fumofu. I just never got around to it.
Robot Girls. I'll take 5, please.
Yep, it's
an
just
action.
Y'all watch that Megan,
One-Chan Robot
2.0?
Edition.
what's that
I love that people are like disillusioned with it because it's just like a fucking weird, goofy action movie now.
Yeah, well, the first one was too. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it was.
You
Yeah, the first one was not.
This and Double Dragon this year.
This is also Ukes, that's right. You know, what makes me mad though is like everyone was like, dude, that first Megan movie was so overglazed.
Full Metal Schoolgirl.
It was so overglazed, and it was the exact same story as that Chucky reboot movie that everyone was like, boo, boo, how dare they? What are they doing to Chucky? It's literally the same premise as
Which Chucky reboot did people say that about?
the movie, the reboot,
The one where they made him into a
Mark
machine
Hamill
robot.
one.
Yeah, he was an AI robot gone wrong.
And it was like the first Chucky movie that I think I've liked since like the second one.
Yeah, okay. I mean, look, don't ruin this for me, Nick. Okay, I was saying it's a bit underrated and people were being mean to it, but like now you're insulting Brad Dourif now, and that I find unacceptable. You don't have to like Child's Play movies or like Chucky
Dude,
or
I used
like
to watch Child's Play 1, 2, and 3 like all the time.
It's fine to think those are like not good movies, but like
They are not.
I didn't say they were bad movies.
but Chucky
They're
is
bad!
like no, it's fine. That's okay. But
Yeah,
the character
that's
of Chucky and Brad Dourif, like that is like
What
it's like iconic horror
Didn't say it
character
wasn't.
in his own right.
Did not say it wasn't. Literally did not say it wasn't.
I'll say it. I'll fucking say it.
So
I
I'm just
know.
saying, it sounded like you're like, yeah, I'm all about the reboot. Fuck.
No, I'm just saying I liked the reboot because it was different. Because it was like something different.
Oh yeah, it was Mark
So because-
Hamill. It was Mark Hamill. Is that right? In the
Yeah.
Yes,
reboot?
it was Mark.
It was.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
He looked so fucked up though. Like they really fucked up the look of Chucky in that one. I'll say that much.
Really chucked it up.
Instead, Leon will be your sidekick.
Oh yeah. They were like, we can't make Leon the main character because he's just like too used to this shit.
I mean,
He's seen too much to be taken aback by monsters.
I really think it's.
That's
I mean, I don't know if that's what they're saying. But if it is, it's kind of dumb. But like,
That I think that's
Resident
what they
Evil-
were saying.
Resident Evil 4 is a fucking action game. We've said that. We've been saying that. I mean, it has horror elements, obviously, but like, it's gameplay-wise,
Yeah.
it's largely speaking an action game.
What is
Yeah,
the
but-
back half of Resident Evil 7, Nick? On the boat.
It's pretty action based.
Bro, come on,
Yeah.
bro.
Same with RE8.
Yeah, yeah. R8, you're literally. It's just you're Chris. You just have what a machine MP. What is the gun? What are the guns? Chris Davis. MP5 or whatever. It's just like that's way more
Legally
action
distinct
than anything in
MP5, sure.
4 even.
I'm just saying this looks has way more in common with like Resident Evil 7 and 8.
Yeah, but like 7, this is only going to be a part of it, and there's going to be.
Well, yeah,
other...
of course. There will be action. There will be action, of course. Ooh, Raccoon City.
This
I mean,
is
that's
part
just
I'm-
cool. That's just cool.
30年近く経つんですけども、ゲームの舞台として登場します。
その当時アンブレラ事件っていうのでシリーズがヒットして、それ以降も様々なキャラクターたちが
We don't have to watch this whole thing, but I mean, they kind of showed the gameplay they were going to show, right? They really didn't show much
For
in this
now.
little Capcom thing. I thought they were going to show a lot more, but you know.
Well, it's going to be playable at Gamescom by the public, and they probably will release that demo shortly thereafter.
I'm probably more excited for Onimusha than I am for this, though, because Onimusha I feel like I know what this is going to be, and Onimusha is exciting, right? It's been gone for so long.
I agree with you, yeah.
It's going to be like,
I don't know what it is, but like the first bit of footage they've actually shown of Onimusha has not really been super exciting to me. Even though I feel like I've been waiting for so long.
It's the thing about
does it
how
have
they've been
anything to do with
showing it
that
off.
first reveal trailer and the main character's like smirking and stuff, you know?
No.
It's not very serious.
I'm gonna be honest. I think it just
Onimusha is like the least serious, like might be less serious than
oh God, you always have to bring it back to this. I really just think like I felt like the game that made me fall in love with Onimusha was Onimusha 1, and that was the most like Resident Evil, and I guess I was kind of hoping it would be a throwback to like something closer to that, and it just.
But even
it's not,
Resident Evil is
obviously.
barely that, right? Like I don't think it was ever going to be that. I think it being more of like a Souls-like kind of thing is inevitable, but I also think it's kind of a perfect fit for.
Also,
Onimusha.
I think it has.
I mean, if you think about like Dark Souls or even Neo and stuff, those have like a lot of horror elements. There's like dark, creepy places, levels, or whatever in a lot of those Souls-likes, and I think if Onimusha is channeling that vibe, then I think they're. Do you know she said friend of Aiden and not friend of that character from Dying Light 2?
Yes.
Balatro likes.
I also just want to say that I think it has something to do with like the environments that they've shown in Onimusha in the Onimusha trailer look really uninspired to me. Like I want to see more. I need to see more.
Did you pick up that most recent Onimusha 2 remaster?
No.
It is. So I know that's Chris Davis's baby, right? But like,
I mean, Onimusha 2, I love.
Like that game was just critics going, "Oh my god, I didn't realize or I completely forgot how stupid Onimusha 2 is." Like,
I love Onimusha 2.
It's dumb, but a good dumb.
It's super dumb though. Like you probably don't remember how dumb that game is.
I'm not saying Onimusha. I feel like we just keep circling back to the same conversation because I like to say things like I like the story of Resident Evil and shit. But
No,
like,
I'm not even talking about Resident Evil. I was talking about how like
I know it's dumb.
Like the new Onimusha, like, you know, it had a bit of a it wasn't quite as like severe, but people saw that, you know, like, you know, the reveal, like where the character and everything. And like there was the response was a little bit like the Velgard reveal, where, you know, it's like, they're not being serious enough for me. How dare a character smile?
No, it has nothing to do with that for me. I don't know. Something about the color palette.
But like you
and
also
just
understand that like a character
look really, I don't know.
smirking kind of immediately undercuts like the atmosphere.
I don't give a shit about the character smirking.
No, I know, but like, listen to what I'm saying. Like, a less serious tone immediately undercuts the atmosphere of horror. And I think, even though you don't want to admit to it, I think that might be what's holding it back a little bit.
Onimusha hasn't been a horror game since the first one.
And it wasn't even really a horror game.
The first one has a lot of dumb shit in it too, right?
They all have dumb shit. I'm not disputing that Onimusha has dumb shit in it. Of course it does. Of course it does.
Yeah. Well,
I'm saying the trail like I've always
I've never
like,
been too afraid to play that first Onimusha game.
Onimusha 1, 2, and 3 all had very like kind of inspired like like the backdrops were just very beautiful, and I don't know, I think very fondly of all three of those. And this one just looks kind of dull. And
I
that's
don't think we've
disappointing
seen
to
it
me.
enough, really.
That's why I said I need to see more for sure.
You watched that
What
most
is
recent?
What is this new one called again?
Uh,
Way of the Sword?
is that true? That's like
Yeah.
a pretty generic subtitle for a
It is.
reboot.
It is.
Well, I think so. I think that's part of like the actual nature of why people are kind of turned off of it, is they're not realizing exactly what's going on with the sword play in that game. Like they're talking about like full on enemy dismemberment that you can do in combat.
That's cool.
But they're not
like that.
really actively like
It's just
showing
not
that
Ninja
properly.
Gaiden.
It's not Ninja Gaiden.
No.
Yes, that's the point of reference for everyone.
I think he's making fun of me because I like
I was making fun
dismemberment
of
here, but not in Ninja
Not
Gaiden.
literally the game that does dismemberment the coolest.
Yes.
Whatever. No, I think what has me excited about Onimusha is the fucking parries in that last trailer that they showed just looked like some of the sickest parry animations. Like they just look so crunchy.
Look, I just need to see more of it.
Yeah.
I do love the Onimusha series. I do. So like, of course I'm excited for this. I want to see more.
All I was saying is that it's way more like there's so much more potential to like for something fresh and different because
I think I
Onimusha's
also
just been gone for so long.
I think I also want it to be like if we're gonna like start comparing it to something like Dark Souls, which people are already doing, obviously. Like I want the like the way you move around and explore the environment to feel more like Dark Souls. Brad, like I'm a little nervous it's gonna come out and it's just gonna be structured exactly like relatively small environments, not a lot of exploration. Like I want to feel the scope of this game. Like it's been however many years, 20, like 15 years or something.
Yeah.
I want to
like,
feel like it's grown in the 15 years.
You're
that it's
saying
been
you're
gone.
doing the meme thing, right? Like, oh man, I hope
I'm
it's
not
open
trying to
world.
do the meme thing.
No, the Nick meme, right? The Nick meme is that like, oh, I'm interested. I hope it's open world. That's a bit of a meme.
I don't want it to be
right?
open world, but I want it to be like I don't want it to be just like run down this hallway and slash a bunch of dudes, then move on to the next hallway like that. Which
I don't think it's gonna be that.
I mean, it could be. It very well could be. Like Onimusha 2 was kind of that. Onimusha 3 was kind of that. Like the reason I love Onimusha 1 so much is because Onimusha 1 was structured like a Resident Evil game where you're exploring you're backtracking, you're getting keys, you're like figuring out how to like that kind of shit. Like you're exploring in Onimusha 1 felt like you were unlocking the mansion in Resident Evil 1.
But like,
and then they just abandoned it, which is whatever.
You know, they don't make games like that. They have not even had the era where they had to.
They don't make games like that anymore, and that's
they do. Capcom does make that. They started doing it again with the more modern Resident Evil games, right?
Which I was going to.
I guess what I'm asking is one. Well, Resident Evil is like, why would you not think that Capcom? No, like why would you not think that Capcom could do that when they literally did what you wanted with Resident Evil?
I mean I think they could. I haven't gotten that vibe from it yet. I want to get the vibe.
Onimusha 2 doesn't have any sort of like backtracking.
I mean, it does, but not nearly as much as the first one.
Yeah, but the first one's like 5 hours long. You know, it's like it almost doesn't even count. It really does come from that era of like classic Resident Evil. That's all they know how to make.
If they made an Onimusha game that was literally structured more like Dark Souls 1, where it's like kind of like folded back in on itself and like leading you shortcuts and like double, like where you end up doubling back to a place by finding a shortcut.
But like you're calling out like some like Dark Souls 1 is huge, and like
I didn't say it has to be as big as Dark Souls 1, but like, you know, more interesting level design is all I'm trying. I'm just trying to say I hope it has interesting level design, and I haven't got any taste. So whatever. We need to get started.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my sound test. Hold on.
Good luck.
Shit, we still record this.
Testing.
Yes, we do. And we also use our cameras too.
It's
Yeah.
fucking
All right,
bullshit.
I'm ready. I'm ready when y'all are.
Fucking bullshit.
What's bullshit?
That's
Cameras.
That's not, no, cameras are not bullshit. What's
Why do you
bullshit
wanna
is
look at
making
me so
hats
much,
that
you
are only
fucking
one size fits
perv?
most.
You fucking perv.
Did you get an extender?
Yep.
He did. I already asked him about that.
Can we see the extender?
Yeah, sure.
Show us those nipples.
You see it?
Oh shit.
Yeah. Fucking melon head. I hate it.
Oh,
Wait,
man,
is
dude.
that like a because it's from Japan thing?
I don't know. I'm like, maybe it's an officially licensed product.
I
Chris Davis is
prefer
unique even for an American, I think.
Oh, sure. Just
But yeah, I think that might be part of it. I've never
You
seen
have to
a
wonder.
snapback extender like that.
I didn't know that was the thing that exists, but now I do. I've learned something today.
$6 for a
Nick needs
2-pack
one
on
of
Amazon.
those snapback shrinkers where they like when the belt is out of holes, he's got to like make his own holes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like the other direction. Got one of them Beetlejuice heads. It's okay, Nick.
Wow.
I don't know.
I've never.
I don't know. I think you have a pretty average size head. I don't know.
I thank you. I
It may
think
just
so.
be me, but I feel like Brad's a little bit more spicy tonight than usual.
No, you're
No?
you're hallucinating.
Mine might be
It'll be-
hallucinating.
It'll be
Might be the fact that I had this small ass hat on my fucking giant melon head. It's
I want to know
Brushing my brain.
After you put the extender on, how many nipples did you use? Are you using all of the new available?
I'm using. Okay, so the extender adds.
Yeah, to get the extender XL.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You had to get
He's
two
like,
extenders. One to extend the
I'm using
extender.
two
God, he
extra.
added
No,
like
2
5
extra,
pips.
yeah.
He added 5 pips.
I can't hear you. Hang on. What?
You added
Nips,
5
little
nipples.
5 nips, yeah.
Yeah, 5 nipples.
That's actually funny, dude. I think you bought a kid's hat or something. And you know what? Video games might be for children.
They're for children.
Maybe we should just stop making video games for adults. Just let the kids have it. The next
Dude,
generation.
our culture
time.
might improve a bit if we did that.
You know, as much as I hate to admit it, you might be onto something. All right, I'm officially recording, so let me know when y'all are ready.
Let me. Oh yeah, let me start my recording over. Dude, on the free table at work, there's a free table where I work at a building. A lot of people work in, so like people put stuff on the free table when they come in.
What is a free table?
Table
It's
where
a
you can
table
take
of
things
free
for
shit. Yeah.
free.
You just,
Okay. This
Sign
is
that
a new
says pick-
concept for me. I've never.
Yeah,
For
I've
good
gotten
home.
children's books off the free table before, but today there's the children's book it's BAK be a knight and protect your castle, a simple old school guide to help boys become good men.
Oh God.
oh no.
Nice.
I was like, oh, that sounds awful.
That sounds toxic as
I was thumbing through it, and there's like an anti-video games like
Really?
on there, yeah.
Nice.
Get out and like work out and stuff.
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
I didn't
don't
take it.
become like us, kids.
I worked
Yeah,
today.
you don't need a healthy outlet for testosterone induced aggression. Yeah, no. You just go work out.
Teach your kids toxic masculinity when they're still 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh, God, gross. All right, are we ready to start?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm recording it. Crispy, you recording?
I am
I
restarting my recording.
am recording.
I'm recording as well.
Damn. Thank you. All right, roll call starts now. Brad,
Hey, what's up?
Crispy.
Hello.
Yeah, God damn it, Chris Davis.
What?
You got derailed there pretty good.
Well, like before I start the roll call, Crispy hits us with like a 10-minute note or note.
Well, you'll see it.
And
You'll
I'm like,
see it on
and
the
then I'm like, all
waveform.
right, now the official roll call is like, yo.
Yo, what's up? Yeah, I used all my energy on the.
Same with Brad. But whatever. I should have enough. I should have enough to sync it all together. All right, let's do this. Hey everybody, welcome to 4Player Podcast. This is episode 840. It's July 1st, 2025. I am your host, Nick Henderson, joined tonight by Bradley Simons.
What up, bro?
Christopher Guthridge.
Yo, what's up, Nick?
I might just end up using this. And Christopher Davis.
Good evening. It's a good night for video games.
It's a good night for video games, not a good night for much else.
No,
I mean, we're not playing video games tonight, so
you know that is true. That is true.
Is it a good night for talking about video games? I guess is the question.
You know, I was very, I found out just a few short hours before we recorded this that I was the only person here who started Death Stranding 2.
I don't fucking start with me, Nicholas. Don't fucking start with me, Nicholas. I've been on the road for 10 days, living out of a fucking car. I've been playing the Nintendo Switch, which actually,
and going to baseball games.
Yeah, I went to one baseball game. It was great. Toledo Mud Hens, they won 4-3. Let's go.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The Nintendo Switch is really cool, but I got back last night, and the first thing I did was buy Death Stranding 2 and begin installing it, and then I went to bed.
And that took about 18 hours. But then it loads like so fast. Like it's crazy how fast that game loads.
But why did you think were you subtweeting Crispy with that comment?
Yeah.
I mean, like you didn't mean like me and Chris Davis, right? I mean, Chris Davis is a known Death Stranding hater. Me, I like.
I've already
my
said
game. My game is here, but like, there's a Monster Hunter update out.
Just look. There's more to this. There's more to this because I'm really just busting balls because
my balls.
I'm not offended.
One thing I did not realize that Crispy didn't get home until last night. So totally, you get a pass on that. Two. I took yesterday off, and I had the intention of spending the entire 3-day weekend playing Death Stranding 2. But on Saturday morning, I decided that when I woke up, I was like, Death Stranding 2 sounds like a lot first thing in the morning. So I was like, I want to sip my coffee and play something chill. So I'm going to start Blueprints.
It sounds like perfect time to start Death Stranding.
Yeah.
So,
when you're not
like, you don't understand. You don't understand. Like I need when I'm like morning coffee, like I'm not even awake yet. Like Death Stranding is a lot. Like it's too many mechanics, too much like just being bombarded with concepts and ideas and like, shit, right? So I was like, I'll just
strand me till I've had my coffee.
Exactly. So I just like I'll just start Blueprints. It's been on my list for a while. I played Blueprints.
Fuck off, Nick. What are you talking about? Blueprints is insanity. Death Stranding is like a normal fucking piece of art that a human being made. Blueprints is a prison. Blueprints is a scourge on humanity.
Okay, I'm not gonna go that far because
vengeful God.
I played Blueprints all fucking weekend, and I spent about 4 hours playing Death Stranding 2, which was the complete opposite of my to the point my wife was like, "You gonna start Death Stranding?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "I was like, after I do another run in Blueprints." And
it's dangerous. You play like it's not good to play Blueprints around games that are gonna be just seen.
I honestly thought Blueprints was a game I was gonna maybe even kind of bounce off of.
Oh, Nick!
Dude, I literally
consumed me.
You should have bounced off it, Nick. It's too late now. You're fucked now, buddy. Way to go. Welcome to the fucking pit with the rest of us.
I gotta say,
he's been defeated.
Blueprints is also not a good game to just put down and walk away from.
It's also not a good game.
Oh, fuck off.
Whoa. I know. You're right. That's too far.
You know, we could just start. We could start that. We got a lot to cover tonight, and I did bring Blueprints footage. We could just
what does Blueprints look like? I have not looked at hundreds of hours of Blueprints.
I mean,
yeah.
Who knows? Honestly, I remember Crispy talking about it a lot. I remember you talking about it. Did you actually, Brad? You played? Did you finish Blueprints? I didn't hear you talk much about it after.
He's the fucking scrub. Yes, I finished Blueprints.
Blueprints isn't finished with him.
I played like 70 hours of it.
Oh my god! See,
so you just started the game?
I think Crispy hates people, not video games.
I do. That's actually a pretty fair insight.
Crispy's spicy when it comes to blueprints, but man, I
Ohio does that to people.
I fell head over heels. It's like y'all talked about it. I listened. It was cool. I was like, this sounds like it could be a game for me, or it could be a game I bounce off. I'm not entirely sure, but I know it was getting a lot of attention and hype before it came out, and I was like, I gotta try it. I gotta just try it and see where I land on it. And I was like, this seems like a perfect. It's kind of chill, or it's not kind of chill. It's fucking very chill. It is so
super chill.
Chill. It was hard to like. I was just constant. Like I picked up the controller on Death Stranding, and there's so many concepts and menus and things popping up on my screen, and I was like, God, I could just be playing a chill ass run of Blueprints right now. And I stopped Death Stranding to jump back into this because it is so. It is just so chef's kiss, man. Can't stop playing. I'm now like 30. I think I'm on day 33 now, which is, in the grand scheme of things, based on Brad's 70 hours, probably not a lot.
Well, okay, maybe it's more like 50. I don't actually remember, but it
15
is
hours in.
You can play that game for a very, very long time.
And I intend to.
There's a lot
There's
there.
also
There's
a difference between. I know you, because like Robin finished it, but like she's still going. So like there's a difference between like finishing that game and then just really digging into it.
Is she?
No. Okay. She wants to. I can see her like watching me play it and like wanting to tell me, and I'm like, you keep your mouth shut. I don't want you to spoil shit for me. But man, this game it works so well. It's like it's such a simple, like foundational set of rules. It feels like I'm playing like the most addicting like board game.
It's like super addictive, which I didn't really expect. I expected to like come across like obtuse puzzles and be like, what am I gonna do? I can't figure this out. I'm wandering around, but no, it's extremely addictive. As soon as I like end a day, I'm like immediately want to jump into the next day. I'm like,
it gives you that like, do you want to save and continue or save and quit? And I'm like, you would fucking ask me that. Of course, I want to save and continue. But god damn, it's just like layer after layer. It's like it's like the most incredible onion, like puzzle onion. Like honestly, like it's mechanically speaking, not a ton in common with these other games, but like if you want to talk about like addiction of like something like The Witness or Tunic, like all very different kinds of puzzle games, this has the same song as those games to me, like 100%. I can't put this game down, even though I've tried. And it's also like the perfect game to like play on your Steam Deck, like on the go. Holy shit. Crispy, so
okay, listen. You're right. I've been memeing. It's a great game. It's incredible. It's surprisingly, like, it definitely caught me by surprise. I definitely picked a weird time to start it and then just kind of let myself be overwhelmed by it. But it's top 5 material for sure. It's incredible.
Absolutely.
And the way that it, actually, I was just watching a video about a, God, I can't remember what it's called, but there was a book from 1982, which is one of the main inspirations for Blueprints. Like the dev talked about it. It's this book that like it functions like Blueprints, where like there is a path of room. Like the book is a house. There's a path of rooms through the house. You have to get to a certain room, and then you have to work your way out. And the puzzle is.
Wait, Nick, can you hold that up again?
The most efficient route in and out. Fuck. It's pointless talking about it if I can't remember the name. But
sweet summer child, Nick.
Blueprints.
I know.
Yeah. Dude, you know what's crazy about Blueprints though is like you'll do the same puzzle over and over again like 20 times. And you'll be like, okay, I've seen everything that the dartboard can show me.
No.
And Nick, that doesn't stop. Like that doesn't stop. Like every 20 runs, the game is a different game. And like your perception, like your perception of everything, like when it starts getting to the point where it's like, oh, everything's a clue. I mean, that's when I just want to
seeing,
jump
like-
off a bridge, you know? I'm like, oh my god.
walking into rooms
Like,
now. Like I'm walking into rooms now, and I'm like clocking things that I'm like, I know that's part of a puzzle. I haven't even found the puzzle yet, but I know that's there, and I'm and I'm also keeping like a mental inventory of like things that I know are puzzles that I know I'm gonna need to figure out later. But like, and also like I walk into the like when I draft the experiment room or the laboratory, I think is what it's called, right?
yeah.
That room
Laboratory.
is so overwhelming to me, and
The laboratory.
Yeah.
oh my god, like the experiment thing on the computer
Some of
is
the
easy to figure out, but
experiments
like,
that you
oh my
can
god,
yeah, some of those experiments that you can get going are crazy. Really change the dynamic of how you play the game.
they can also
Uh,
hurt you.
They can hurt you.
Unintentionally.
Like, yeah, if you're just fucking around, you're not really like careful about what you're doing, they can really fuck you. Like, there is a certain resistance that the game puts up that I think is I mean, I'm not gonna say it's bad, but it doesn't feel good, you know? Like it doesn't feel good to feel like, oh, I finally figured something out. I finally like understand. I have a goal in mind. Things are the RNG is like working out for me at least in the beginning, and then like you hit a point where you're just like, I just don't have enough steps to do this, and now I have to reset, and I like lost everything, you know?
I mean, did you get to a point where you like you when you start the day off, you now have 20 more steps than you did before, at least?
Oh, Nicholas. I've got 20 more steps. I've got money. I've got different ways to enter the house. Like, yeah, yes, Nick. And
Okay.
and even then, like a lot of that does kind of like dampen the blow a bit. Like it does get easier to make progress. What is also kind of fun, like again, I don't think this is a flaw, but it is one of those like bits of resistance that you're just like oh, the game just kicked me in the dick again, is like
Yeah.
like did I enjoy that? Like uh you can like lock in on this like grand puzzle. Like you can start seeing the matrix code and go like, oh my god, like the game is trying to tell me something, and then like really work at deciphering that puzzle, and then the puzzle's answer is just telling you something that you already figured out somewhere else, like that didn't have anything to do with what you were doing. Like you just at one point were like, oh, okay, I think I have to do this and this, and then like you're working for like 10-20 runs on deciphering a puzzle that's just like a poem that tells you what you need to do this other thing, and you're like, oh,
I think I've been lucky in that regard.
like-
I have not yet figured something out before the game tried to tell me how to figure something out. I know
Yeah.
that moment's
I think
coming.
they just want to give you a lot of like threads. Like it's hard to do like a not just non-linear, but a rogue like, you know, puzzle. The Witness and Outer Wilds. Like it is a rogue like knowledge-based puzzle game. And for it
I'm
to
not,
be complete so open-ended is
and I'm not
like
criticizing.
hard.
I'm not
Yeah.
criticizing. It's not like it's not. I don't think this is bad design. I don't think it's a bad game. I think it's a great game. But like we talk about this game in terms of it being like really chill and vibey, and like this game is fucking brutal. Like I don't think it's chill at all. I think it is brutal and cruel.
It is so funny. I'm having the most.
I definitely got to the point where it was very like, you know, the Northern Lion bit, right?
Yeah.
Like I actually sort of got
let
like that
go.
with this game.
Yeah,
You gotta let go.
Yeah, you are Sisyphus rolling the boulder, like
Because it's addictive enough to like it never really bothered me. But then again, I hear it's like some of like the really obtuse like post game stuff, which some of the stuff that maybe I had not gotten into yet. I still intend to play more. So I might not have gotten, as frustrated as some people have, but like the run up to like credits, and I really, really delayed when I finally hit credits. Like I knew I probably could have hit credits like days and days before I actually did, because I was trying to stretch it out as long as I could. I can understand some people can reach credits like pretty quick. especially if they're trying. Me, I was like, oh, I'm worried about so many other things right now. I don't even care about credits. I don't even care about getting into that room. I'll figure out, like I might do it on a run that just is like going my way, but I'm not going to try for it. I have so many other things I'm interested in right now.
I'm just having, I guess, like I can have a run that goes so incredibly well where I literally get a room on almost every board on every square in the house, I'm rolling with like suddenly I have like $70 fucking in my pocket and like 6 gyms or whatever, and I still have like 50 steps left, and I'm like, how the fuck did I manage to get so pristine? And then I realized that I can't really go anywhere beyond this, but like in the process of in the process of doing that, I find one thing that makes me go and then or I find like a that I'd never seen before. I upgrade a room with an upgrade disc, or just one thing that feels like an accomplishment. And then when I have to like sacrifice all that stuff to like start the new day, I'm just like, it kind of just rolls off because I'm just like, that was such a good run, and I found something. I got something.
You really do start to. I think a lot of the people who complain the most about like RNG and like really ruining like things for you, I feel like didn't get far enough to really start unlocking some of the like the permanent things and like the room upgrades and like the upgrades to all to your the permanent unlocks and stuff. The allowance system and stuff and the experiments, to make it to where like that's what made it so addictive. Like, and I think it's the same for like a Rogue Legacy or something. Like getting those like enough currency or whatever, getting those permanent upgrades feels so good. You want to go back in because even if you fail at your objective, you're just hungry to get stronger, more powerful.
Man.
It was good, man. I really love that game. It is definitely one of my favorite of the year. It might even be top for me right now. I don't know. It's been a good year so far, so we'll see.
Sorry, this is kind of related. I wasn't even planning on starting this game this weekend. I very unexpectedly finished Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Unexpectedly.
Yes, on Friday night.
I just tripped, and 80 hours later, I was done.
No. I was literally in a mission, and I was like, I feel like I'm closing in on the end of the story. I was like, okay, but like I still got to do like the final bit or whatever. So like I go to talk to somebody. I had this like dramatic encounter with this person, and then all of a sudden credits are rolling. And I'm like, what the shit? That game. I just want to say, first of all, I was like, I saw it through to the end. I finished an Assassin's Creed game, which I haven't done in a while, and it was a pretty damn good video game. But they straight up pulled the ending of that story and saved it for fucking DLC. They're gonna make you pay for the end of that fucking game.
That for years with this.
I have never seen it done so egregiously. Like the main through line of the main character's story that you're kind of waiting to see like how it all plays out. Just fucking,
you know why they do
in front of your face, and then it's like, thanks for playing. Here's the end.
Do you know why they do that? And like they obviously
yes,
like the reason they do that is because like the only those games are so long and bloated, only real Assassin's Creed fans finish, and all the people who are like angry on the internet who are mad at Ubisoft, they don't actually finish those games. They don't know that the ending is in the DLC. It's only the people who are so invested they actually played the 80 hours. So Ubisoft gets away with it because they don't know. Like the people, they don't know. They're not finishing those games. They just want to bitch about them. It's pretty brilliant.
It's true. I mean, what's sad is that like Assassin's Creed Shadows, pretty good game, but like it's gonna pale. I said this last week. It's gonna pale in comparison to Ghost of Yotei. Like,
what if Yotei is like don't overestimate Insomniac. They are the king.
I mean,
we're gonna make another one of these.
That's
just
not
as much as you.
I only say that because I think Assassin's Creed Shadow, as much as I ultimately enjoyed Assassin's Creed Shadows, it was outclassed by Ghost of Tsushima, which came out 4 or 5 years ago at this point.
Like, this is the same studio that made like the same Ratchet and Clank game over and over and over.
You're thinking of Insomniac. It's not. You're thinking it's actually
Sucker Punch. Sly Cooper. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
I mean, I like Sucker Punch a lot. So
They made 3
Sorry,
Infamous
I mean,
games, and
yeah.
like
I like
they
Sucker
changed
Punch
the
a lot,
powers up a little bit,
but hey, I whatever. My point is, I finished Assassin's Creed Shadows. I thought I was going to be playing that for a big chunk of the weekend. I finished it on Friday night, and I was like, well, I guess that's done. Time to start Blueprints. And then, yeah, and now I blacked out. I don't remember what the fuck happened. I've played so much Blueprints in the past,
sounds about right.
past 3 days. But anyways, yeah, I just want to get that in there. So I don't want to keep talking right now, so I'm going to pass it over. I don't know, Brad, do you want to talk
What you
about...
got? You don't even know the
You got
fucking
a
name
couple
of it.
things. You got a couple things. I'll save Death
Yeah,
Stranding 2 for a little
name
later.
my game. Name my game, Nick. What's the
Chronicle
name
of the
game?
Wolf.
Chronicles of the Wolf. God, get it
Chronicles.
right.
Fuck, the plural got me.
He missed a letter.
this
It's
is-
okay.
This
Did I put the
why
letter
did
in the...
Why did I pick this up?
No, you got it right in the overlay.
This is look at Jesus.
It's legally distinct Castlevania, is what you're gonna say?
Well, yeah, but I mean, what even is Castlevania anymore, right? Like, that's a dead series.
If Konami is not gonna do it, somebody has to.
So this is an indie game that is obviously very Castlevania. Several years ago there was a game called, I don't know, some Wallachia something. It was another Castlevania.
Return to Wallachia, something like that.
Something like that. I never played that one because it seemed kind of less Metroidvania-y, maybe a little more simple. This is definitely more like a Igavania. Really, I think what had me curious is I found out that this developer was a developer that I was familiar with from their like Castlevania fan games they used to make. They made these games called like the Lacard Chronicles or whatever, and I was like, oh, I remember that shit. That was like a, it was just Castlevania fan games that were kind of cool back when there wasn't like a million of them.
Oh, sorry.
like,
the name's even worse than I thought. It's actually Wallachia Reign of Dracula.
Oh God.
Fine. Not so bad. And yeah, so this is a Castlevania like. It starts a lot like Simon's Quest, where you're kind of exploring a world, going to towns, doing some like questing between towns and whatnot. But then you eventually like unlock a castle, and it becomes like very Symphony of the Night. A Metroidvania, if you will. But
they don't make those.
It's you could see. I don't know how to talk about this. Y'all play Castlevania, right? It's kind of like that. It's wearing its inspirations on its sleeves. I mean, again, they literally made Castlevania fan games before. It's not as like polished as that Dead series was when it died. I don't know how to talk about it, but like they're getting certain things right that I look for in a developer that's trying to like channel. So this is, it's comfort food for me, Brad slop, whatever you want to call it. Like it doesn't feel like as good or smooth as like a lot of like, so here's what I'll say. Modern indie Metroidvanias have to like be really good these days to stand out, right? Like you can't just put out an average Metroidvania, because indie devs have been doing this for so long now that you see one, you're like, well, what is the hook? What is the thing that makes it as good as Hollow Knight, right? Like people have really high expectations for the genre. This game is not going to like satisfy people who are looking for like just a really good Metroidvania. It's going to satisfy people who love and miss Castlevania. It reminds me a lot
of overlap there.
But what I'm saying is like the Metroidvania genre became like so much bigger than Metroid and Castlevania over the years, right? This is a game that is very much just trying to like do the thing, Castlevania's gone, so we're gonna make one. Fuck it, we'll do it ourselves. And if you're a fan of that stuff, if you have love for that stuff, like, yeah, you're probably gonna have a good time with this. It reminds me a lot of a couple of years ago, I played a game called Infernax, which let me tell you is that's a bad fucking title. But Infernax was really good. That was also like kind of a Simon's Quest like. This but like I said, this does have like some of that Igavania, Metroidvania stuff in it that I look for. One of the things like that is like a surefire hint to me that like, oh, I know what they're doing here is when like random enemies have rare drops. To me is like this is like an Igavania staple. I'm gonna kill 200 of this enemy until it drops that rare sword that I know it has. And this game is kind of insidious because as soon as you fight an enemy, it shows all the drops in the like the beastie area or whatever in the menu. So like
You
I
know
come
what
across
you
an
can work
enemy,
for?
I look at the menu and it says that it has some like sword. Like I don't know what that sword is, but I have to kill this thing until that sword drops.
You can't
And like
even remain blissfully ignorant of what
yeah,
it's
and
carrying.
like a critic who just played like Hollow Knight and Ori in 2025 finds out that you have to kill 200 of something to get a drop, and maybe to them that's like a negative, but to me that's a positive. That's like, oh yes,
That is the sauce.
that drives me. That drives me. I love that shit. So yeah, like I've absolutely killed 200 of enemy to get a drop, and you know I got a sword that was worth it. So I am excited. And then I've done it, and I got a bandana that is useless. And you know what? That's very Symphony of the Night. So fuck it. So yeah, it is. This is an indie Metro Castlevania like that is made for me, and you know if it's made for you if you know what I just said makes sense to you or appeals to you. Yeah, like this one's for you. But yeah, it's comfort food for me. I love this type of game. It's addictive. It's just like
Nothing wrong with a little
challenging
comfort
enough,
food.
and like there's like I'm not like super far into the game necessarily, but it feels like a game that's hiding a lot of secrets, and I like that. Like kind of like some of the more like obtuse stuff, like from like a Simon's Quest or a Symphony of the Night, where you know I'm getting items and relics, and I'm like I don't know what this does, and I go to like a certain part of the map, and I'm like something's going on here. There's something here. I'm gonna take note of this because I bet I don't know what it is. It's much more than just a
that's
breakable
starting to
wall,
get-
but
That's starting to get into terror. I mean, that is also like, the sauce that makes things like Hollow Knight so
yeah, but
exciting. But
let's
you
not
know.
get crazy here. This is you know like this is a indie game made by people who made Castlevania fan games, and it feels like that. But you know I'm enjoying it. I tend to keep playing it because you know like it's certainly good enough for someone like me. Am I going to recommend it to a
Keep playing it, 'cause
non-Castlevania
I'm tired of
fan? I
crying at
don't know,
night.
but like actual Castlevania is gone, and that Bloodstained game, it's going to be a while for that one. I feel like I know they're saying next year, but you know, I have my doubts.
Calling them liars.
Well, they're just really, really slow.
Not truthful.
I don't think it's a very large team, and Bloodstained took a long time to come out, and a lot of their like rewards, like their they're not their backer rewards, they're stretch goals, because you know it was a famously super successful Kickstarter.
Yeah.
So they had all these stretch goal promises, and like for years, like literally even like last year, they were still, maybe even this year, still releasing updates for Bloodstained Ritual of the Night because of stretch goal promises. And let me tell you, those things came out and they felt like they were put together with duct tape, man. Like they just don't have like the manpower to like make a lot of a video game.
Can a
you know?
Kickstarter
like
project still be
just-
successful if they like cut back on like the stretch goals? Like,
yeah, I think some do,
yeah.
but like
Yeah.
a lot of people will talk shit, and you know.
I mean, isn't that the same shit that happened with Shovel Knight? Like, they had to keep making basically free content for the game because they just promised.
and their stuff took years, but when that shit came out, it was like really good. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
when the Bloodstained team stuff came out, it wasn't like really good. It was like, well, I guess they checked that one off.
Technically did what they said they
yeah,
were
they
going to do.
technically
Yeah.
did what they said they were gonna do. So yeah, not to say that Bloodstained is a bad game. I think Bloodstained is actually a really great Igavania, and I think that the new one's probably going to be awesome too.
Just ugly.
But ugly, sure, yes, it will certainly be ugly, and not even like in like the meme Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown is ugly for some reason, according to Nick. Like no, like this is an actually
fucking
ugly.
hate you.
Bloodstained
This is the
actually
anti-Nick
ugly.
show.
Like,
Oh
you know,
God, I
you
never said that.
offended like a talented artist when you.
I
talk shit
never
about
said it was ugly.
Prince of
That's
Persia.
you putting words in my
Hey,
mouth.
You're trying. Don't gaslight me, dude. This shit's on tape. Someone pull it up. He
look,
called that shit
all I
ugly.
said, and I will admit this. All I said at the time
Looks
was,
like dog shit. I'd rather.
there you go
play
again. I
Horizon's
said it was not. I was not super in love with the art style. That's all I said. I didn't say it was ugly. I just said I will
But
openly
coming from
say
a positive
Bloodstained is
poly
ugly.
like you, that's like a death knell. That's like
It's not though. It's not that. You're the one perpetuating that.
I'm
shitty
saying
idea.
like I'm saying when I throw shade at a game, people are just like, oh well, no, that's just Brad. When you throw shade at a game, you're like, oh, that must be really bad. Because Nick loves everything.
I don't though. I don't.
No, he doesn't
fucking
love everything, but he defends a lot of things. So but
I defend the
Prince of
things
Persia
that I
actually-
like.
Prince of Persia look nice. And we can move
It
on
looked-
from this.
it
Can I talk
looked
about Monster
fine.
Hunter real quick? It's so
I don't
funny.
know.
I have
Can you?
played like 10 hours of this game, but the truth is, the game I've been spending the most time playing is Tactics Ogre, and I'm not gonna talk about that on the podcast because I've talked about Tactics
What?
Ogre. I've talked about multiple
Can
versions.
I just
of
say
Tactics
for the
Ogre.
record, since people are repeating this in chat, I don't love everything. I famously just said I
Okay,
don't like Ninja
whatever,
Gaiden like
Nick.
at all.
Don't wait.
Like, we were
oh,
just
like
having this
in the 18
conversation.
years we've been doing this podcast, it's only Ninja Gaiden that you.
I just said that Onimusha 4 still has a lot to prove to me because I'm not super impressed
Yeah,
by what I've
no,
seen so far. So
No,
like,
your problem is you hate the things that don't make sense.
what can I
Whatever.
say? I like.
Can we move on? You're unique.
I guess.
Dude,
bitch.
roll that beautiful Monster Hunter footage. This is like a big hype thing for me. I've been playing a bunch of title update 2 for Monster Hunter Wilds. They are doing it. They're getting everything right, man. Like, I don't think there is like, it's overwhelmingly negative on Steam. This day and age, I don't know what's doing it, but like, you know,
I mean, it's bullshit, right?
people
Like,
are
if I
bad.
boot up Monster Hunter Wilds on Steam right now, I'm not going to be like, this is broken piece of garbage. Like, that's not.
Well,
what's
I mean,
happening.
you
I
could run
actually
into
went
some-
and looked at some of those reviews. Like some of them, the negative reviews are from people that have 120 hours in the game. Like,
Yeah, of course.
calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
No. Like, there's a
internet
campaign against this game for sure, and as there are a campaign against.
Is
a
it
lot
somehow
of games.
woke? Is that what people
Well,
are
no,
saying?
it's not that. It's like, I don't know what's going on. Like, this happened to Dragon's Dogma 2, and I'm like, it feels kind of fucked up to me what's going on. I don't know, but it may lead to positive change. But like, something tells me that it's not actually like the goal here, and it kind of worries me. Like, it feels. I'm not saying Monster Hunter doesn't deserve that, but there are other games with tech issues that don't have like these campaigns launched against them. They're not all.
Yeah.
There's plenty of games that run like shit that aren't overwhelmingly negative on Steam. So it's a little concerning. Anyways, we have 2 new monsters, and they are loved, returning.
And one of them's under fucking water.
That's the crazy part. That's what I want to talk about,
Dude,
like,
this looks
most of all,
sick.
because here's the thing. This is a title update, free update, monster drop, right? Lagiacrus, he is the flagship monster of 3rd gen, like Monster Hunter Tri, right? And that is the first and only Monster Hunter gen where they did underwater combat. Ever since then, they just said, fuck it, we're not doing it anymore. It's been a long time since Monster Hunter Tri. Lagiacrus was the flagship, of course. They bring him into this game, and he's famously like an underwater monster. He was the flagship of the underwater Monster Hunter, right? He's come back in like Generations Ultimate, but he wasn't. There was no underwater in Monster Hunter Generations, so you know he was just kind of like a lame version of Lagiacrus because you know he's an underwater monster. But here's the thing:
They thought people wouldn't notice if they took him out of the water.
Underwater combat didn't come back, but like. It makes sense because this is just a free title update. People were like, well, maybe they'll do it in like the expansion or probably not even then. Maybe
Wait,
just like.
are we not watching underwater combat?
Listen. Like maybe it'll come back in like, you know, not even maybe the Monster Hunter, you know, Worlds, Wilds, whatever. Like literally maybe the next gen of Monster Hunter might come back. But like it ain't coming back in this because there's no water in any of these maps or not enough water. But no, this is the most unexpected part. The craziest thing is that they put underwater anything in a fucking title update. This is not full on underwater combat, you can't swing your weapon around like you could in Monster Hunter Tri. Like you could do a lot. You can move up and down and swim around and dodge and like latch onto the monster and like and like trigger environmental stuff and like shoot, you know, your slinger stuff at them. Like there's a ton you could do. You're like healing, you can use items, maybe even traps. I don't actually know.
That doesn't quite reach the
But
threshold
like
of
you're not
underwater combat,
swinging your weapon around like you did in Monster Hunter Tri. So like it's not like the return of Monster Hunter combat, but it is crazy that they did this much for one monster that they released in a free update. Like not even in the expansion to Monster Hunter Wilds, they just did it in a title update, which is crazy. Now,
No, that's
What your
because
whistle.
that's because it was part of the game and they cut it out to
I don't
sell
think
it
so.
back
I
later.
don't think that's true at all. What I think this is like what they did when they dabbled in mounts in Monster Hunter World, or like how the clutch claw stuff will like gradually like the slinger to clutch claw was like them testing the waters for the next Monster Hunter. And by the time you got to Monster Hunter Rise, what did you have? Full on Palamute mounts. Now your slinger and your is much more than a slinger, much more than a clutch claw. Like to me, this shows this is like the test bed for potential like full on underwater combat coming back. Now, it could be the expansion, it could be the next Monster Hunter, it could not even happen, but this feels like that sort of thing, right?
I really
Because
hope it's not the
you
next
saw
Monster
that-
Hunter, because that's like what, like a 6-year wait at least, probably.
No.
I mean, like
there's,
when
there's
World
never
came
that
in
much gap between
2018,
Monster
right?
Hunter games. No. Like
No,
they
but I'm
release a
talking
Monster
like-
Hunter game, a year to 18 months later, they release an expansion, and then
I'm saying, like,
2
World
to
to
3 years
Wild
later, they're
are-
already releasing the next Monster Hunter. Like
I guess Rise. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, now they have 2 Monster Hunter teams, right? So like, you know, this team's next game is after the expansion is not going to be the next Monster Hunter, right? It's going to be the team that did Rise, and they're probably going to be working on that game as soon as, you know, but probably even before the expansion for this one comes out, right? It's 2 different Monster Hunter teams, you know, and that could be the one that has, you know, underwater combat. The only thing is, you know, some people I don't think they want it to come back. And like this is definitely like a gimmicky part of this fight. And I love that they did it. And like, because it's not Lagiacrus, right? Without some underwater stuff. But like, especially like think about speedrunners, right? Like if you're always going into the water, they're gonna be so fucking annoyed. But whatever, they'll figure that out. The thing is, I love that shit. Y'all know how I feel about underwater stuff, right? And I think that they could like get it right, like make it feel so good, and like fix the things that didn't work about like the past game, but like the dabble in it might not be developed enough to like actually convince people. And I'm worried that the response to this, like people are excited that it's back because it's like it's an homage to a very, very loved monster in Lagiacrus, but I don't know if most people aren't like me. They don't want it back. And they might use this as ammunition for why
Understatement
it
of the
shouldn't
year.
come back. They might use this stuff as ammunition for why it shouldn't come back, because it's not like, you know, the underwater stuff is obviously not as fun as like fighting a monster on land in Monster Hunter, right? But it's not fair, right? Like it's not fair because this wasn't the real deal. So, but I really do hope that this is just a test, because, you know, combat aside, like just being in these environments and like just being able to go underwater, like it adds verticality down. Like to me, there's so much atmosphere and there's like a realistic feel to like being in nature when you could actually go into the water and swim under the water, and like to have the things that you're hunting also be able to do that is like it's peak fantasy, it's peak hunting nature fantasy. You have to have underwater combat, damn it, because there are creatures that live in the ocean and the lakes and and they're horrifying, right, in real life and in Monster Hunter, and I want to be able to kill those things, you know.
But when can we go fight monsters in the sky?
I mean, you do that. It's
Well,
called
I mean,
Monster Hunter
like,
Rise.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, I want to see
Like
I
in
want to see
Jet
some like.
Raiders? That's called Ace Combat, Nick.
What are you talking about?
Talking like
you want to be fighting them on Sky Islands?
Yeah.
No, I mean like just
That
like
would be
flying.
kind of cool.
I don't know. Have
want to
like
fly around? Have you played Sunbreak?
yeah,
It's,
yeah. I guess
like,
you're right.
You're
I
an
have
insect
played
blade
Sunbreak.
user, and you're don't get enough of the sky.
I mean, like fighting a dragon in the clouds and like being able to like fly around, like where your feet don't touch the ground while you're fighting.
Sure.
That's what
I
I'm
guess.
talking about.
You want to go up
So,
higher. I
like
mean, you
some
did mount flying.
some Skyward Sword shit, but like good, and you're fighting
Yeah,
monsters
I guess.
in
I don't
the
know.
clouds,
Yeah.
riding around on like a bird. You know what
But
I
like,
mean?
but like, I mean, I'm
Like
not,
a wingsuit.
I'm not trying to call Monster Hunter realistic or anything, but like, Nick, people can't fly.
Wings, make a wingsuit. I don't know. Make up some lore shit.
They
that
did
gives
make
them the ability to
wingsuits.
fly.
They did. They did. You know, wire bugs and wingsuits, and there's
Yeah.
literally all that exists. Also, maybe play that that Ubisoft Omega Force fucking Monster Hunter. Like, what was that game called that came out a couple of years ago?
Yeah,
Oh,
Revixie is right. I
Wild
wanna see
Hearts.
all the-
Wild Hearts had like
Rev-
flying
what
machines.
was that
and
other
stuff.
one?
Revixie's
Wild
right. I want
Dauntless?
Spellbound. That's what I want.
Dauntless. Dude, there is a Monster Hunter like with like flight coming out, like some indie devved one that looks really cool. Maybe I don't think it came out. They showed some Monster Hunter like whether you were like flying through the skies. What the fuck was that? I saw it like 9 months ago or something at some
I
showcase.
don't know. Maybe somebody in chat knows.
Gamescom.
But for now,
Wingsuits
Move on.
flying, Monster Hunter like. Someone, anybody.
Light No Fire.
No. Anyways,
anyways,
yeah.
we
There's
can move
also
on.
Other, I will say, like, if you want a Monster Hunter Wilds to get hard, they have
Hell yeah.
made hard
Hard.
fights now.
You whore.
I am more afraid
rock
of
hard.
8-star tempered Seregios than I am Gormagala. He is fucking scary.
You're
Sweet.
scary.
Anyways. Also, like, I cart here.
Who's the other monster that they added?
Seregios.
Sir,
Steve.
He's
He's cool. No, he is cool. And his tempered version is insane. It is insane. Yeah.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, bring your
Brad.
jerky though. He does bleed, so it's hard.
All right. I want to before how are we doing on time? Before we take our break, we have some time. Chris Davis, I didn't bother asking you what the game is you because you clearly wanted it to be a surprise. I don't know what's about to
You
happen.
do this all the time, Chris Davis. This shit better be good.
It better be. It's better be fucking
Be like,
good.
I hop back to the division. I'm playing
You've
the
only
Division
got
1.
so much goodwill left, Chris.
What did you call this in Discord? You had a name for this. Oh, you're muted, by the way.
My
So
summer gaming
fucking
homework.
muted.
Summer gaming homework.
So
Yes.
it's related to something that's coming out soon, I think. If he's calling this
Sort
homework,
of. Yeah.
Or this. Okay. Or
I'm
all right.
playing Ace Combat again.
No. But I am going to start that soon because news.
Back on my
Anyway.
bullshit.
No, I kind of like once a year want to go through like a very old game and just like, because I never played it, I want to get that experience. So I
there's a
decided to
helicopter
do a
in it.
series of games, shorter stuff this year. And my first one did not
You're going
end
through a
well because I
series?
didn't realize it was so long. What?
You're going through a whole series or just
No,
a
just
single
individual games.
Game? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, not in a
Better
series.
be good.
The first one I'm working on, which was longer than I anticipated, is Okami.
Oh
I-
shit!
You've never played Okami before?
Never played Okami.
Damn,
You
dog.
ready for an
Okami's-
Okami sequel?
I will say
that was kind of the
did
reason. Yeah.
have a
Revival Club.
revival club. You could have played it there, but I mean, hey,
Yeah.
I love Okami, so good on
Dude,
you.
Okami's
Yeah,
so
that game
sick.
is longer than you would think.
Yeah,
Dude, this game's like 40 to 50 hours. This game is not short.
it is. It is not. I finished it in like 38. I was like, yeah, there's so many breaks in this game where there's the natural progression to the next act. Which they spell it out so hard, it almost feels like it's episodic into like a whole separate game, but it's
Yeah,
not.
a little bit.
Yeah,
It just keeps going. It just but like the magic has touched you, right? Like you feel feel the magic.
Yeah,
This
no,
is-
I really
this-
enjoyed
okay.
my time with this.
Hell yeah.
I literally thought the game was about to roll credits after I beat Orochi, whatever it's called.
Yeah, I don't know, but I feel like if the credits rolled there, Okami would be disappointing. I get
100%,
it.
I agree with you.
It
Yeah.
definitely goes on longer than maybe it should, but I don't know. Like, I think people overstate that sometimes. Like, Okami is like pretty amazing.
But it's got such a like the world and like just kind of the concept, like it's so well executed. It has such a presence and like such personality that like I don't know. I it gets a
Yeah,
pass. It gets a fucking pass.
Yeah, no, I mean,
100%.
you're not.
I
You're not wrong.
still cannot believe we're getting a sequel to this game.
Yeah,
Okami's
I cannot believe it.
honestly, like to me, that's not even real yet. To me, that's not real.
know.
I
Yeah.
can't. I won't
It's
let
on
myself
hills
get
and shit.
excited about a new. Yeah, because shit happens and it feels far away, and I don't trust. Like.
Anybody?
Well, Kamiya could just like piss off someone and it all falls apart, right? Like
Yeah.
I feel like he could be a bit of a loose cannon.
He's gonna block the CEO of
Like
fucking
Ca-
Capcom or something on
Capcom
Twitter.
had to have made him the offer saying, come back to us and the first game you're going to work on is Okami 2 or whatever you want.
It's but it's like I think it's just surprising that like I guess I'm surprised that Capcom acknowledged the value of Okami.
Didn't they already do a remake of this?
They made Okami Den,
a
which is
lot
a
of-
DS sequel.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. There's that, and
they did a
they
remaster.
ported and remastered. Okami.
Which I imagine is what you're playing.
So this is I'm playing the PS4 and Xbox port of the HD version that came out on the PS3.
But like you
That's not
understand that
confusing at all, but
Okami like was a game that was unsuccessful when it launched originally on PS2, but they just
It came
sort
out
of
in 2006, which was not a good time. Not as
porting
as
over
the
the
next generation was
years.
coming out.
And I think because of that, over the years, there's a Switch version and stuff, and a PC version, and I bet it sort of picked up steam and sales, just like something like Dragon's Dogma did, or even Resident Evil 4, right? Like Resident Evil 4 at launch on the GameCube was seen as like a bit of a failure until they like put it on PS2 and put it on Wii, and all of a sudden it became one of the, gradually became one of the best-selling Resident Evil games.
You make the MSRP $25, $30 maximum. You put it on sale regularly. People will buy it and play it and discover, hey, this is really fucking good.
I also feel like this feels like one of those games that's like so artistically well executed. It's got such vision that I feel, and I'm thinking about like I'm thinking about Wind Waker, right, and like the people's reaction to Wind Waker and how it made me so angry. It's just like people don't sometimes people just don't understand. They don't.
Well,
see
the real
magic.
problem with
Philistines,
Wind Waker in
Nicholas.
particular was
Philistines.
that Nintendo had this brilliant looking tech demo for the GameCube that told you one thing, and then Wind Waker was completely fucking different.
That is true. Maybe it was a bit bait and switch thing.
Yes,
But like
I'm glad.
all of the history is a funny way of remembering it, but like critics and even not just critics, but like even the idiots who were bitching about it, by the time that game came out and people were playing it, like no one was saying that anymore. That was like a pre-release like anger
Reaction.
yeah.
Like
Once they actually played
Wind
it, they had a
Waker
good
was
time.
loved very quickly after launch. It was
I know.
yeah.
The only thing about Wind Waker that was universally despised was that ending Triforce fishing quest.
Wow. I mean, yeah, that
Which they
part's-
completely fixed and made so much better
They
in
made
the
it better
Wii U
for
version.
sure, yeah,
And
yeah.
now that version is locked on the fucking Wii U.
Yeah, until
Oh,
they
what a
eventually.
crime.
For
Anyway,
now,
sorry.
for now.
We digress. Fucking Okami.
Okami.
What did you? Yeah. What did you say about Okami?
I've really enjoyed this game. I did not expect the whole celestial brush techniques to be so integral to the actual combat loop. I expected that to be for just more of the puzzle design. And that is still the
bombs and shit
main
in
aspect
combat.
Of, yeah.
Yeah, this is a Kamiya game. They're a combat like team,
Yeah.
It's
but it's fun how like they don't really teach you all these mechanics of like they tell you what they're for, but how you apply them to enemies, it's kind of a natural like figuring out like, oh, this enemy is on fire. Oh, that means I need to do the wind move to put him out, and then I can go in for their for damage. Or
then I can touch him.
Well, I wasn't going to put it that way, but okay.
I mean,
all right.
That's what you're trying to say, right? You can't when they're on fire. You can't. Okay.
Sure. Yes.
You know what I mean.
Yeah. I was a little disappointed by the difficulty. I never once died. I never even came close to dying in any way, shape, or form.
It's too good.
Only at the very end did I actually end up using a few health items. Like, that was it. So I really should have played on hard.
Remember, there's there difficulty options?
Yeah, there was a standard difficulty. Yeah.
Interesting.
You probably should have played on hard then. But I honestly can't even remember because I've now played this twice because I played it for the Revival Club and I don't have much memory. I think I just get so swept up in experience that I just didn't really pay much mind to like how easy or difficult it was. Which, is not a good thing or a bad thing, I suppose.
I do remember there being like ratings and stuff too, right? For like combat. So it wasn't so much as like difficult as like I was trying to get like a perfect rating or something. Honestly,
the cherry tree blossoming is part of the score.
I remember like the boss fight versus it's like a kind of like a Ninetales type fight or something versus like they could also use the brush technique. I remember that.
Yes,
really
that
cool
was a
boss
delightful
fight.
surprise. I was like, oh shit. Yeah,
it's been a long time since I played that game.
It holds up as far as I can tell. Like this,
I'm gonna be really fascinated to see what they do with like the combat in the sequel if we end up getting it, because like the one thing I understand why they did it, but I'm wondering if it's like a technical limitation from the hardware perspective, but like how it always locks you into those small arenas for the fights, and I'm wondering if they're gonna continue down that path. Like,
what do you mean?
Like when you get into combat, it like encloses
locks you into a
in,
small arena.
It locks you into like a small circle, which not a bad thing, but like I'm wondering if that is
it's definitely like a combat encounter sort of thing.
Yeah, I definitely think that
I'm
was
just wondering
that's
if that's gonna
tech limitation.
If that's gonna make the jump.
Yeah, to me that's tech limitation of the time. I guess it was a PS2 game, so
I don't even think it's a tech limitation. I think it just wasn't that sort of game. I don't know.
Yeah, but
we'll see.
20 years later, like they could do so much more at this point.
They could do anything with this thing. I don't know if you were thinking about going to play Okami Den, but I don't know.
It has crossed my mind. I don't want to play it right now because I have played 40 hours of Okami.
Yeah, don't.
It's not good.
I mean, it's not Okami. Like it's not
like it wasn't made by that team, and it just feels like they're trying to make Okami again, but on a DS. And it's like even in like a lot of the bad ways. I don't know. It's not. I didn't like it. But I also didn't finish it because I was like, I'm a grown up. What is this shit? Kami is making Bayonetta now. Okay, I'm.
He's moved on. The one thing I will complain about from a tech perspective, anyway, is that this port of a port, basically, it's locked at 30 frames on console. And combined with the art style and how you move the camera, like there aren't basically any accessibility options to begin with. I understand, but I expected, if I'm playing on an Xbox or PS4 10 years later, I expect 60 frames, man, or at least a stable 30. But
there's a lot of like bad like ports that just don't make sense like that.
Yeah.
But sometimes these games are like they're locked frame rates, and like they'll try to unlock them in the remastering process, and it breaks the game
100%.
And it could have been one of those situations. You never know.
There was a remaster of a racing game, I think, and the speed of the game was locked to the frame rate. So if you were emulating it, you would blaze through races.
That
Look at
sounds like
Need
a
for Speed
nightmare.
game.
But hey, it's getting a sequel. I don't know if you heard.
Is it?
I'm sure that'll.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah,
It's like until I see the movie trailer, shut the fuck up. There ain't no BioShock movie or whatever the fuck. This shit happens too often.
Yes,
there's gonna
there
be
is.
a God
Netflix
of
is
War
making
TV
it.
series. My ass. Show me the trailer.
Hey, we know they're making Amazon's making a Tomb Raider series. I've seen.
I don't give a shit. Give me the next Tomb Raider game. My God, like
I mean, that is
I
true.
love
That
video
is true.
games, but like the people who want their video games to be turned into movies and television, I do not understand. I don't get it. I don't like even like Castlevania and shit. It's like that could
Brad yelling
just
at clouds
be.
again.
I mean, is that a crazy take?
No. I'm just
It's like do something that's not like.
Yeah, it's like Alan Moore always said about comics, where it's like if we're just looking at this as like a medium that is eventually going to be adapted into a movie, then we're not giving the medium of comics itself the respect it
Credit it,
deserves, you know,
yeah.
like as its own thing, right?
Yeah.
Which is why it drives me crazy that like Hideo Kojima is so interested in like making movies because like bro, like your shit's cool because it's not a movie. It's
Yeah,
cool
but
because
So
you do.
it also, but like your shit also already kind of feels like a movie in its own
No,
way.
it's cinematic, yes.
Yeah.
Like obviously he's obsessed with movies, but like the truly mind blowing stuff that he accomplishes is always like stuff the subversive shit he's doing because it's a video game.
And
I don't
also
know.
with Kojima work, there's no way you could fit any of that into a 2-hour runtime. So
That is probably true.
Also, like, the stuff we like in video games, or at least I like in video games, is not like,
Story.
well, it's like, is there going to be a movie with good combat? Well, I mean, okay, there's good like fight choreography,
What
but
is
like,
John
but,
Wick
like,
if not?
I am not doing that. I'm saying like I'm not going to
It's
feel
so
good.
passive, yeah.
It's passive.
You know,
Can I build
also
a
making me
deck
think-
in a? Can I build a
They
deck
released
in
a
a
new
movie?
screenshot, or they released a new shot, behind the scenes shot, I guess, of that Silent Hill 2 movie they're making.
it looks so bad.
It looks like
Those are
it's a behind the
cosplay
scene-
costumes.
It is a behind the scenes shot, which let me tell you, I have seen plenty of instances where like behind the scenes shot looks like dog shit, and then you see it after it's gone through like, post production or whatever and turned into a thing, and it actually doesn't look that bad. But that does not. But that shot does not look great, and it just makes me sad because I'm like, Silent Hill 2 remake was so goddamn good. Now you're gonna turn around and potentially maybe release this.
But Nick.
Ugh.
You know what was also good? Silent Hill 2, not the remake. And that didn't stop them from making dog shit Silent Hill movies back then. Like this has been going on forever.
I know.
Like, the quality of the medium, the source doesn't matter. Like they're gonna always make bad.
I mean,
stuff.
I don't know. We live in a post Last of Us and Fallout world, and both of those were like really interesting adaptations. And I don't know. But like that is not the rule. Those are the exceptions to the rule. So I don't. Anyways, we've gotten so far away from. Is there anything else you want?
I also want to mention that the storytelling was a little annoying going from the start with Eason and how he was doing his narrative, but he really grew on me. And Amaterasu, she's just at the end of the day, she's just a fucking dog, and she's
a pooch. Yep.
I just love how they just play into that with like all of her like character framing and emotions, and it's just so fucking good.
Yep.
Yeah,
she's great,
dude.
This could be like an excellent cartoon series, and we're never gonna get that.
We just had this conversation.
Oh, that's it's crazy to say. Like Hideki Kami, a creator of The Wonderful 101 and Beautiful Joe, might make a property that would go really well as a cartoon. Hey, did you know that in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, your 3 characters could be like 3 Kamiya characters? You could do Beautiful Joe, Amaterasu, and Dante from Devil May Cry, and have a full-on Kamiya team. Pretty sick.
That is pretty sick.
Yeah. It's also sick. Beautiful Joe. Bring back Beautiful Joe. What the fuck?
Yeah.
But first, bring back Okami.
One day.
All right, guys, we need to take a break. When we come back, I do want to talk a little bit about Death Stranding too. I want to check in with Crispy. You've been playing some. I want to hear what you've been doing on your Switch. We haven't talked to you about your Switch.
Okay.
And then we'll wrap up. So if you're watching us live on twitch.tv/4Player Podcast, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Save. 840.
Oh, fuck.
I will be right back.
You know what game Henry's been playing?
What?
Hold on. Is this right? 840. Well, so I gave him my old Switch, right?
Yeah.
And like I left a lot of games installed, and he could just sort of play them. I basically downloaded all the games that are not like mature rated or whatever. He got really into, you wouldn't even believe it. He's been loving Sayonara Wild Hearts.
Really?
From the creators of Lorelei and the Laser Eyes.
I mean, they're.
Is it because it's just colorful, or?
No, well, I mean, it's like easy, I guess. I don't know. It's a music game. He really loves music, and he's just playing it over and over and over again, and he's got really good at it. And it's like a vibe. It's just funny because he doesn't. Maybe I should save this for my 4-player minute. The experience was interesting, but like like it's kind of a, it's like a LGBT like storyline, and
he doesn't know what any of that means at all. But
no, I mean he does actually, but it's like he's like picking up on the. I mean, I don't know if I'm talking to people who've played that game, but it's like, oh, she's punching the enemy, the boss is here, but then on this level, it's my favorite level, she kisses them, and I'm like, yeah, yeah. It's about like forgiveness and like kind of moving on and accepting whatever. He's like, I feel like he's getting some of the deeper stuff. I don't know. It's pretty. It's funny too because Griffin was there. Griffin's 3, and they're calling. They're like, oh, this is the part where. This is the part where he becomes a girl. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, yeah, he becomes a girl. And Griffin's like, yeah, he becomes a girl. And I'm like, oh no, that's just a low poly like woman with like short hair. Like that's, I'm like, I didn't want to say like, oh, she's a lesbian, I think it's just she's got really short hair or whatever. I mean, she is a lesbian, right? But I'm like, whoa, I had to back up for a second and like, wait a minute. Is this about like the trans experience? And I just didn't realize it.
What are we talking
I'm like,
about?
no. She just has short hair. But like, wait a minute. Did my 7-year-old figure that this is actually like a trans story and I didn't catch that on my first playthrough? It's kind of funny.
Wait, which game are you talking about?
Henry's got really into Sayonara Wild Hearts.
Oh.
And I don't know. He may have revealed to me that it's secretly a trans story, and I didn't realize. I don't think so. I think he was just being.
I feel like a
child.
simple Google search would uncover the mystery there.
I don't know. Like that game is like all vibes, and it's like a playable music, like an album.
What did he say?
Well, no, him and his little brother were like, "Oh, this is the part where he becomes a girl." Like he thought that was cool. And I had to explain to him that no, that's just like that. That's just
no, Brad.
A real life character.
Yeah,
She just has.
Whoa!
No, I'm saying like she just has short hair. Like that's still like a woman. But like he
the
doesn't
murder suicide.
He doesn't get out much, so he doesn't know that some women, I guess, just have really short hair. I don't know. But maybe I did. That's the thing. I did
pixie
Google
cut yet. He hasn't.
I did.
He
Google
hasn't
it
learned
because-
about tomboys.
what I'm saying is I Googled it because I thought maybe he was right. Like maybe this is a trans story and I didn't realize, but I don't think so. I think it is just a woman with short hair. She transforms into kind of like a superhero character.
Right,
oh,
like
transforms.
Sailor Moon. She's like a
Transforms.
henshin.
Maybe it is a trans story.
Oh my god.
Yeah, man.
I don't know. It's Sayonara Wild Hearts. So there's not like a million Reddit threads about this game.
You better
but,
support her, Brad. If whatever she decides to be.
I mean,
Yeah, goddamn
you joke, but like me and my wife are like extremely supportive of like you know like in my family.
I wouldn't expect nothing else. I mean,
we were in the store and Henry wanted a Barbie, and god damn it, we made sure he went home with a fucking Barbie. You know.
Hey, that movie was pretty good. I watched it the other day again.
That's pretty good.
It's a good movie.
Henry does always like want to play as like a female avatar, and I'm you know, he's not like I do
not
too.
For the reasons you do.
Well, I think no, but I mean, that's the joke, right? It's like, well, if I'm going to be staring at a character for 60 hours, I'd rather it be a chick's ass. Yeah. Like, obviously, Henry's not thinking that. But, like, I do it because, like, if I'm going to, like, dress up a doll, I get hyped about customization. I'd rather it be a lady because I just get more hyped about that. I don't know. Cool lady outfits.
Boobs.
You can say it, Brad.
But, I mean, like, Henry...
Okay. You're a gooner at heart. That's the whole reason you have kids.
No, but it's literally
it's sex.
You gooned too hard.
Because you gooned with a woman.
No, I'm saying that's the bit.
A couple little goons running around.
Hey, look at these gooners.
Henry is like if he can be a guy that wears a dress, he wants to wear the dress. Is what I'm saying. Sure. Like
Kurt Cobain. Yeah.
For me, it's not the bit either. I don't know why I always play as ladies. Like even in fighting games, I'm always playing as I don't know.
Yeah, I get it. It makes sense to me. The one game where it really breaks down for me is Monster Hunter because I can't. Monster Hunter
you're right. Like the armor is something bad,
the wedding dress
armor.
Everything looks like a fucking wedding dress, which is a which is a great aesthetic in its own right. But like you can't.
No, stupid. Listen, you can mix and match the pieces now, and
now it's
really
great. Now it's incredible. I use like half and half because like there's like
me too.
Yeah.
I can use the good helmet now instead of the dumb visor.
Right.
I can have
Sometimes
pants.
the ladies have the better helmet. Like
I can have the good waist instead of the dress. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's crazy. Right. It's crazy.
But yeah, I don't know. I think there's a lot of games where you play as dudes, and I like to have cool ladies in games. So like when I can make my own character, I usually make a lady. I mean, I get more hyped for like playing as a lady too. Like literally, though there will be games. There was a game that was at Summer Game Fest where they said, or maybe I heard about it on a podcast recently, but this was in the past couple of weeks where they're like doing DLC. One of the DLCs is that you can play as a lady now, and I was like, oh. Maybe I'll play this game. Like it was a game I had zero interest in. Now is on my radar. So
I'm curious to know what that game was.
It was like that with
Berserker Kazan. Was that it?
That's it. That is it. That's literally it. Because I was kind of on the fence because
that was
I heard that game is like pretty decent. But like I'm looking at it, I'm like, I don't want to be this dude. Like you're just this dude. You're just this dude.
Just this dude.
But I found you could be a
just
lady
as Ben
now.
Star.
That should happen to me. Like Neo 1, you just had to be that dude. But in Neo 2, you could create a lady character, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's so
and yet
much
he
better.
won't play Zenless Zone Zero
because that's trash, literal trash.
Because
it's not about because I'm not a gooner. I just want to be a lady.
What's wrong with being a gooner?
I'm not a gooner. I'm a feminist.
I mean,
hashtag gooner shaming.
I still don't actually know what like the
oh, you know.
You don't know what a gooner is?
You know.
I think I know what it is.
You know, Nick. It's not some abstruse thing. You know.
All right, I'm Googling it right now. What is a gooner?
No!
You're a gooner, Nick.
goddamn fucking. Oh, here we go.
Like my
Has
favorite
to turn on your
character
webcam, doesn't it?
from like Final Fantasy Tactics is
That can't be-
Agrias, right? And she is like nowhere near as good as some of the other units in that game. She's good early on, but then you get Sid, and like he's so overpowered that I get mad, and I take all of his overpowered gear and I put it on her, and I'm like, "Fuck you, Sid! You can go be a chemist or something. How dare you?"
Oh, that's mean.
Oh,
She's
I didn't realize
it breaks that fucking game. It pisses me off.
gooning is related to edging.
Shut the fuck up, Nick.
God damn it, Nick.
Shut the fuck up.
Nick's like, maybe I am a gooner.
Nick,
I mean,
Gooners are
we've
those
done
guys
it.
in the Batman games that are always like, it's the bat. Like,
Well, Nick, when's the last time you had like a real marathon sesh?
yeah, really just like whipped your dick out and made it work for a living, you know?
This is totally unrelated, but Robin was watching Popstar the other day. Popstar Never Stop. What is it?
Yeah.
Jerking?
Never stop.
Never
Gooning?
Stop. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're
And
talking about.
I had
Andy
it
Samberg.
had been so long. Well, I had forgotten about the scene in the limousine where he's talking about signing chicks' tits, and then all of a sudden he turns away, and then some guy puts his dick up against the window, and he's like pointing at it, and he's like, "I'm gonna sign this." He ends up having to sign the guy's dick. Do you remember? Oh my
Yeah.
god.
No, Nick, I don't remember that.
I don't remember
It's
that
weird,
at
it's
all.
weird that detail doesn't stick out of my mind.
Yeah.
But like it's like a real dick too.
It's a dick.
It's like a real dick, which you don't see very often in like movies.
Like the RoboCop dick.
28 years later, there's lots of dick, lots of dong.
I heard that. I also think
Big
I
dong.
got spoiled on like what one of the big things at the end is.
Oh yeah,
And it's
funny.
it's
Jaeger had
fucking
to
great.
explain to me.
I know. And like all the British people are like I don't know if Americans are gonna get it. Which, you know, whatever. I watch a lot of British television, so I got it. It is great. Like
yeah, it's pretty wild. But that movie is
Wasn't
legit
expecting
great.
that.
Legit great.
Yeah, a lot of dong, hanging dong. That's great.
Apparently,
I haven't been to a movie theater in a minute.
The dong that everybody's like talking about in 28 years later is a prosthetic.
Yeah,
because
who is it though?
to-
It's somebody who was in something recently, right?
You mean like the actor?
Yeah, the guy who's playing the dong.
Who is playing the dog?
It was somebody like. Okay. Okay. Oh,
Got a
I'm
dog
crazy.
stand in. Bring in the
Oh,
dog
I'm
stand in.
crazy. Yeah, sure.
All right, let's do this. Let's take it home, shall
So
we?
they shot that movie on an iPhone?
There's several scenes in the movie that they filmed on an iPhone.
Oh, I thought they did
Well,
the whole thing.
did
like,
Apple
I
just
saw their
pay 'em?
shooting rig.
No, I don't.
The
think
film
they
was
did
shot
that.
primarily using an iPhone 15 Pro Max. In
Oh,
addition to
that's-
action cameras, drones, and other digital film cameras. Okay.
That's
So how
crazy.
use small digital cameras, hard spec? Yeah, okay. The DXL.
There's like a really famous, like not famous, but like, you know, behind the scenes shot of a zombie in that movie that's like surrounded by like 20 iPhones that are taking the picture. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's fucking the setup. Some of the shit they do in that movie is crazy.
The main rig that like I saw pictures of like the rig they were shooting on, and it's like a full studio rig. It's just instead of a camera body, there's just a little iPhone in the middle of it. Which,
Yeah. That's bananas.
That's
If
crazy.
that movie was predominantly shot on an iPhone, I'd be impressed.
Is
Like,
too good. They got too good.
Is it
All
just
right.
like a rule of the series that they just use like
it's lo-fi. Like it's
We
okay?
should probably start.
Yeah, totally. That
Yeah.
was like their whole thing.
Although I
I
think
remember
the
28
second
days
movie-
later looking rough.
The second movie, 28 Weeks Later, the only part that isn't filmed like that is the opening. Like the opening, I think they shot on film. I don't know.
it's which is a little interesting because like 28 Weeks Later is the one. That's the one that kind of feels like a regular movie. Like it's certainly not as
That's the one that has Jeremy Renner in it.
and Idris Elba, which like
I know, like before anyone knew who he was.
yeah, I watched both of those movies before going to see 28 Years Later, and I
And the guy from
taken
the
aback.
Full Monty,
yeah.
whose name I can never remember.
All right, let's do this. I'm recording. Y'all recording?
I am recording.
I am
Yes.
recording.
All right, roll
Testing.
call start. Oh, god damn it. Roll call starts now. Brad,
Hello.
Crispy,
Hello.
Chris Davis.
Hello.
All right, welcome back. We're going to talk about Death Stranding in a second. Before we do that,
There it is.
Oh yeah.
Crispy, you've been out of town.
I've been out.
It sounds
I've
to
been
me
out
like
of the state.
maybe it
By
sounds
the
like
way,
maybe you've played more
I
Switch 2 than any of
traveled
us here.
across 1,300 miles of this great American country of ours.
Which you chose
Traveled
to do.
through it's like 7 states, I think, 7 or 8
Yeah.
states.
Yeah.
All of it looked the same. It's all farmland. It's all corn, wheat, and soybeans. That's it. It's all so like these red states aren't filled with people voting red. It's filled with corn. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to put it into words, but like on the drive back, we got into Texas. We were like 2 hours outside of Austin, and we passed a fucking cornfield, and like something in my head just went click. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's wild. Anyway,
So I had the pleasure of visiting Chris Davis's new home recently, and I will tell you this: there was a cornfield
it's
directly
There
behind
is.
it.
cornfield,
Directly
right?
behind it.
Right?
Well, it's maize. It's not
insane.
corn, but yeah.
Well,
It could-
corn
it
is
could-
maize. Maize
The
is corn.
events of signs could happen at Chris Davis's house.
100%.
Like
Yeah.
just a stone's throw away from the side of a cornfield.
Yeah, hope you got water handy.
Yeah.
So I've been away from home. I haven't had a chance to play anything. I even missed the launch of Death Stranding 2 and haven't started it yet. I took my new Switch 2 with me, and this was my inaugural outing with the Switch 2, and I gotta
Maiden
say,
voyage.
pretty cool. I mean, it's a Switch. Like so far, it's a Switch. I feel like
It's
I
like getting a
fidget-
new phone.
Yeah, I feel like I fidget
like getting
with,
a new phone.
It's like getting a new phone. I feel like I fidget with the controllers
triggers.
popping out. Yeah, the triggers. More, and I like that it has enough storage that I can actually install all the games I own and still have space. Unlike the first Switch, which I have like one of the pre-OLED switches.
Yeah.
It's cool. I played an hour of Super Mario Kart or Mario Kart World.
Mario
or
Kart
whatever.
World.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh yeah, okay, it's Mario Kart. And then I stopped. Because I wasn't playing with anybody. I was just playing on my own offline and everything.
Right.
The open world was cool for a minute and then was like
Separate mode. I'm still bitching about this. I can't.
It's weird. It's weird, right?
It's not even
Yeah.
mode.
It's
It
kinda
feels
weird.
like a bait and switch to me.
I mean, I don't know what it would have been. Like, I can't really, unless it was just Grand Theft Auto. I don't really know.
Forza Horizon is what it should
Yeah,
have been.
yes, I didn't play that, so maybe that's on me.
The
I would have
template
settled
is
for a
out there.
Burnout Paradise.
Yeah,
Burnout Paradise,
anything.
yeah.
I guess. Sure. Yeah, I don't think it's great, but I think it's.
Look,
I'm glad that I bought it with the system because now I just have it, and when you have a Nintendo,
Good for parties.
you want to have a Mario Kart, not for yourself, but for when everyone comes over and gets drunk and is like, "Oh, play Mario Kart," and you're like, "Okay, I can hook that up." Whatever. It was cool. I went online and I found the unlockable characters that I wanted, and then I just went and did those, and then I stopped playing it. And then I even got in Discord and was like, "Hey, I have a lot of time. I have Fire Emblem Three Houses, and I have the demo for Unicorn Overlord. Which one do you think I should play?" Brad suggested that I play Fire Emblem Three Houses. I did. I played probably about 6 hours of that. I got through a couple months in the calendar in Fire Emblem. So like I played it and like it's cool. I really like it. I started getting into the like rhythm of like doing the teacher stuff, like doing lesson plans.
That's what I thought you'd be more into because
I am. It is really cool. I enjoy it.
the
I really
class
enjoy it.
thing and
I really think it's cool and it's kind of speaking to me a bit more than previous Fire Emblems had.
yeah.
I really like it
That's the one that everyone likes for that stuff.
right, I wanna keep going with it. But I was also playing the demo for Unicorn Overlord.
Which progress does carry over on that one.
Really enjoyed that. And then I hooked up to the internet one night and I saw that it was on sale, like a good sale. It was like half off. So I bought it. And I was like, okay, I bought it. And then because I bought it, I was like, I'll just keep playing this, which that's what I did for the rest of the trip. So I think I'm at like 16, 18 hours in Unicorn Overlord.
It's a good ass video game.
I'm like my units are about like level 10. I just rescued Scarlet. If that helps anybody who's played the game, gauge where I'm at. I'm moving out of the first region and into my second region.
Bit of a gooner game.
That game I didn't even like. It took me a minute to really get what was going on. That game is sick. Sick.
Yeah.
And the one criticism I keep seeing people say is that like they don't think the story is that good, and the story is real basic. Like it is real. Like this is the evil empire. You're the good guy. Go free the land, and reclaim your rightful place as the hero of destiny. It's super super basic.
Yeah.
It looks like a game that feels that should be more complicated than that.
It's executed well, and it's
good
definitely a game where like.
and-
Yeah, the gameplay and the systems are very forward, and the story is kind of just like scenario. It's
Pressing.
not.
It's
Right.
stressing.
Well, I don't even want to say that, but I do think it's kind of it's pretty basic, but shit, I like Superman. Like, what's more basic than that? Like it's done really well. I think the voice acting is great. I think the art. I mean, obviously, hey, you know what? Maybe I'm a little bit of a visual slut, Brad. Maybe I like graphics.
Vanillaware makes beautiful fucking games.
That game is fucking gorgeous. That game is so pretty.
Is this your first Vanillaware game?
Yeah. I mean, I've dabbled before, but this is the most I've ever played of one for sure. But yeah, like the whole real-time / turn-based thing, auto battler, like it's a really weird combination that I was like, I don't really know how deep this could get because I hadn't seen a lot of the characters and the early battles are really easy. And then after I like got through a couple like story checkpoints and like started unlocking different unit types and was getting like all these different suggestions of like what kind of units I can build with these like what kind of formations I can build with these units. Dude, it's
got the sauce.
Sick. It's sick. It is so sick.
I love all these people discovering that they were secretly Ogre Battle fans all along.
I guess, man. I don't know. Like it's like I don't know. It's got some kind of weird sauce that I never could have like even the pitch, like me trying to explain it to myself sounds kind of like okay. But yeah, putting hands on it,
dude. Now imagine Unicorn Overlord.
Yeah.
Which has like a pretty mediocre story, right?
Sure.
What if it was a world and story written and created by Yasumi Matsuno?
I knew he was a fucking sick.
That's Ogre Battle. That's Ogre Battle.
I mean,
bring back Ogre Battle.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, that's crazy. That's this. I mean, this story. It's not. I don't know. I don't want to call it mediocre. I think it's basic. It's got
that game is longer than you realize, and it just keeps going.
I guess.
Yeah,
and it very much has the like shonen anime thing of like most of your enemies end up becoming friends if you play your cards right, where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, you weren't a bad guy, you were just
Yeah.
under mind control for 10 years and I have a
Yeah.
magic ring and now it's like,
That's a
join
lot,
my
yeah.
army, and they're like, my prince, like, you know.
Yeah. But you know what?
Whatever.
You get so many cool looking characters. That's the thing. It
Yeah, you
does
do.
look
They're
really
so
cool.
sick. They're so
And
sick.
seeing their like
yeah.
combat animations and stuff, and that stuff just keeps getting more and more and more elaborate.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
it's
once you
sick.
complete the
Like,
Coliseum and all that stuff there, yeah.
okay, yeah.
And you
I
get like
don't
the
know. It's
15-foot lady with the giant,
Giant shield, yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
pleasantly surprised. Really cool game.
It's a good one.
I don't know. I don't know.
You
Maybe
almost
I
got
like
it on your roster for 50 cents.
what?
Nothing.
Oh, is that this year?
No, that was last year.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
that was he was going to give you that in metaphor for $1. Remember?
Yeah. It's good. I'm happy. I feel like it was
It's a good handheld game for sure.
But you know, we'll get back to it when I can, and then Fire Emblem, I guess. Maybe someday I'll play all the games I want to play.
What school did you pick? What
the Black Eagles.
Okay.
The one with the Empress chick. It's
that
first
sounds
of all,
about right. It's
had
not the right
most...
choice, but it's the crispy choice.
No, I thought it was a pretty good choice.
Wait, Brad, what are you, a golden deer bitch? Is that what's...
No, I bet he's the Blue Lions, aren't you?
No, I'm a golden deer guy.
Oh, really? Why is golden deer the one everyone likes?
I don't think it is. I mean, people like all of them. People have their lot.
Okay, why did you pick golden deer?
Because they're the good ones.
Good how? Like mechanically? I picked Black Eagles because in true Brad fashion, it was the only house that was led by a woman. And
I really wanted to go Black Eagles because of that, but
and they're the
I
magic house. They're the ones that have like the best sorcerers.
I think I looked at the class of the ladies that were in each class. No, I that wasn't it either. I honestly don't remember why I chose Golden Deer. It's been a long time.
Yeah,
I think I wanted to go someone different than other people playing. Maybe.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, no. So I went with Black Eagles. Really cool. Yeah. I haven't played enough of it that I feel really comfortable talking about it too much.
Yeah. No. Yeah, there's a lot more to that.
But yeah, the whole life management aspect of it, like the persona-ish, I guess, bit of it is really
good.
Cool. Really cool.
Pretty good.
You'll definitely have some students and stuff that grow on you. And the best part of the game is you could steal students from other classes. And I literally took the lady of every single other class and none of the guys.
Yeah, you're fucking weirdo like that. Yeah, I've been getting into that. I've been leveling up relationships with certain other students because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna steal you. But I really like the lineup of the Black Eagles. Like I like most of those characters already.
Every class is good. That's the thing. Every class is good. Every class has some winners, and like some people will play that game over and over again just to see all. I remember Ed did that. Ed played through it like 3 times because he wanted to see all the stories, which is crazy because that's not a short game.
Yeah, that's a commitment. Yeah, I don't know.
He's a big Fire Emblem guy to begin with, though, too, right? So.
He's no Brad, but I think he plays some of the newer ones. Whatever. Cool. It's cool.
Cool. Well, sounds like you're getting a lot of use of your Switch 2 already, which is good.
Yeah, I'm trying. We're
I'm
really just
biding our time for Donkey Kong.
Really just waiting for Donkey Kong, man. That game looks so sick. Why did they do this to me? Why did they make a game and then say we're gonna sell this for $70 forever? Like
DK Mogs the shit out of Mario. Like I honestly like Mario Odyssey 2 would be so lame compared to this.
He just got like a fucking sick ass theme park. Like that Donkey Kong roller coaster looks sick. And now a sick ass game? Like when will he stop?
It's the DK revolution, dude.
It's funny, like up until this game was announced, I feel like I've never heard Brad say one positive thing about a Donkey Kong game ever.
What?
I feel
That can't be
you're
true.
always taught. I feel like
mean,
Brad
I'm
always
so-
talks
so
about
I'm-
it.
sick.
Donkey Kong 64 is a joke, but
Oh, come on.
you're right. I am critical of like the modern like retro Donkey Kongs. I think they're super overglazed. But yeah, I have a lot of nostalgia for the Donkey Kong Country games for sure. But like mostly because of the music and just like literally the nostalgia. Like those are Super Nintendo games I played like a ton of as a kid. But I mean Donkey Kong mechanically was no fucking Mario.
I mean,
I was an intelligent.
This is the first one. This is the first Donkey Kong that's made you excited based on its mechanics.
Yeah, because they made like a Hulk game. I mean, it looks so much better than any other Donkey Kong game. That's all.
Yeah.
I mean, like Jungle Beat's cool, but like this one really captures like going ape shit.
He goes Super Saiyan, Super Simeon, Super Saiyan Nick.
Super Simeon.
Yeah, it looks so
That's pretty good.
It looks so fucking good.
That's crazy.
Well, that's coming very, very soon. That's like middle of July, I think, right?
Yeah. I'm excited.
Dang.
It's like 2 weeks.
17th or
Like 2
something?
weeks.
Yeah. That's crazy.
July
It's crazy. It's
17th.
coming up fast. All right.
It's gonna be like Astrobot though, where like Henry's really gonna want to play it. I'm like, yeah, we can have some father-son time where you
watch me play.
Or
watch
maybe she
father
could be
play
like
this, yeah.
Pauline.
No,
Let
there's
me
a co-op
show you.
mode. Yeah, he could do that.
Yeah, but he's just gonna, ruin the balance of the game. He could play after. With Astrobot, he could always play like after I played the level. Like you can go back there and collect any of the shit I missed. He loved it.
Exploit your children.
That's parenting dynamic when it comes to video games. Just
man.
Fantastic. All right. Look, I want to talk a little bit about Death Stranding 2 on the but I also kind of like what Christy said a few minutes ago. I don't
you're
know
probably like
I don't know if I've played
scratched the surface.
Didn't you play the
100%.
first one recently?
No.
Or did you not?
I played
No,
the first one in
just-
2019. when
Oh,
it came out.
you said I thought you went back when I was
No,
after
no,
I
no.
talked about it.
I talked about wanting to go back and revisit it because like hearing you talk about it made me like feel like super excited. Look, I also want to apologize ahead of time. This is I finished a run of blueprints and then I immediately booted this up to footage and it goes straight into a boss fight and it's chaos. It's chaos.
Are they still like they are in the first game, where it's just like you running through an ocean of tar? And
yeah,
and
that's
okay,
for sure.
Yeah, okay.
I kind of wanted to capture some of the non-boss fight. There is a little bit at the end of this. That, but yeah, at this point, I've probably played like 5-6 hours of Death Stranding 2, which, if you have played a Kojima game ever, know that that's not a lot. And this game,
you haven't hit
Death Stranding is
opening title yet.
You know what's funny? Now that I think about it,
dude, it doesn't hit for a long time in the first
I was gonna
game
say,
either.
yeah.
You have to get out of the first map, I think, before it hits.
I mean, I do kind of feel like it's almost it's funny because like the setup for this game, like it almost feels too simple. Like it almost feels like this can't be the actual story.
Give
like,
it
this can't be
20
the
hours.
actual- yeah.
Give it
Like
20 hours.
like I feel like I'm probably still in the pro game, and I feel like I'm getting pretty for that other shoe to drop, and the actual story to begin, because it just kind of like very casually someone comes and proposes like, I need you to do this, just one more delivery, and he's
And
like,
he's
oh,
like,
go do it,
"Okay."
and he like leaves, and he's like, and it's being pitched very much as kind of like a quick in and out kind of job for him, and I was like, that's obviously not the case, and I'm getting pretty close to that, to shit going sideways, but this game is fucking weird.
Have you seen Higgs yet?
No, like I've barely scratched this, so like anything I have to say about the point is just is purely kind of.
Have you experienced anything new, like new weapons? It kind of looks like you're using a gun I've never seen before.
Are they still doing
I mean,
the shit and blood grenades?
Yeah, the poop grenades.
So they have new blood grenades, which I just did a sequence yesterday where I had to go
electric
and use blood grenades to take them out, which is pretty cool. And I use a few blood grenades in this fight, This is also a fight that's kind of designed to teach you how to use these new bullets that are supposed to be that work on BTs. But what that really just means is
Blood
you shoot them
bullets.
with a gun and they're
Yeah,
it
they
actually
had
takes
that in the
damage off.
first game.
Yeah. So nothing mechanically speaking that
Or at
is
least in the
too
director's
crazy new here.
Okay.
I actually spent like probably over an hour of that playtime was in like they have like when you go to the private quarters in the thing, they have like a VR headset that lets you do all the training and stuff. And I spent a lot of time. It reminds me a lot of like Metal Gear Solid missions,
Like virtual
VR
missions?
Yeah. Which I don't think they had that in the first game. Maybe Crispy, you can.
They had
remind me,
like a
did they?
firing range. I don't think they had. I
Yeah,
don't
this
think
is
they
much
had-
more detailed than a firing range.
Yeah.
They have like actual like missions with like enemies and maps and like. So I was kind of trying to get back in the swing of things. I said this earlier. Like this game is just there's so much going on the screen, but I feel like I'm picking the language of it back up again, but slowly, and I'm fumbling through a lot of this stuff at the moment. But like I did build a watchtower and a timefall shelter, which I think those were both in the first game. It's been so long, I can't remember. But they kind of
timefall shelters.
Timefall shelters are more advanced.
They had they were like umbrellas basically that also emitted like a vehicle repair spray and recharged.
Yeah, now they actually repel BTs.
That's cool.
Which is
so. How does that work too? Because you don't have a BB now, right? So
Not
like, it doesn't look like you have the rig. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't look like you have the thing that detects them. So like
You have a top.
You have this is also getting into like the lore shit that I can't really wrap my head around.
Yeah.
But like he has dooms, right?
Yeah.
That sickness dooms, and I guess people who have dooms, if they stand still, they can, and they're close, they can can detect.
So he's kind of
BTs.
like yeah, okay.
It's actually really
suffers
creepy.
from
Like
protagonist syndrome. Gotcha.
Yeah, but like
he had dooms in the first game, but I guess it's probably more advanced now. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it was actually really creepy because like you're walking around this
Big
area
doomer
and
energy.
it's telling you that there's BTs in the area, but you don't see any of them. But if you stop moving for like a second, you'll start to see their like strands,
Right.
like
That's
come
what
into focus.
Yeah.
Which is actually pretty cool.
So,
but yeah, you know what? Oh, go ahead.
I want to ask the BTs themselves. Are they still static fields of them, or do they actually roam, and are they like dynamic now?
I don't know if I can comment on that too much yet. The area I was in yesterday, they feel like they were. I mean, it was part of a mission and that was my first real encounter with BTs. So I don't know if I can really attest. I barely scratched the surface. What I will say that seems really the weather shit that they've added. The first thing I did, like the first mission, you're going basically into Mexico, and I leave my home base. I'm literally out in the open world, 10 minutes, and out in the distance, I'm like, damn, that's beautiful. Like I'm just kind of taking in the mountains and everything, and I just see the huge dust storm, and I'm like, that's cool. I want to go to the dust storm. And then I started to realize the dust storm is coming to me. It's getting closer, and then I shit you not, this is definitely like you feel Kojima's watching Mad Max Fury. You go into the fucking sandstorm, and it's like the Fury Road, where there's just like lightning striking everywhere, and just crazy shit flying through the air, and it was super. But there's also earthquakes that happen periodically, and they can actually cause like rock slides and stuff. So you got to be careful about that. And yeah, I mean, like I feel like there's going to be a lot of that in this game, but I clearly haven't seen it all. Like, it just it's.
We haven't gotten to 2 yet, is what you're saying.
Yeah. I still feel like I'm playing Death Stranding 1.5, but like I'm remembering.
Did you play
very
Director's
quickly,
Cut?
I did not play Director's Cut.
I hear people who play Director's Cut are. I mean, like this game is a lot like the first one, but especially if you've played Director's Cut, from what I understand.
Yeah, I mean that doesn't. Surprise me.
If you didn't, it'll probably feel like this has a lot more like quality of life added.
Yeah,
but, I mean, which it does still, yes, but.
It definitely. I'm already kind of feeling it. It is feeling kind of more Metal Gear-y to me. Like the amount of times I'm like sneaking around and like taking
I don't.
dudes out is
Okay. Well,
already
nothing I'm seeing on screen reminds me of
no, no,
Metal
no.
Gear.
No, definitely not. This is a boss fight, like I said. But I've done several missions where I sneak onto a base and like sneak around and like come up behind them and like take people strand thing or knock people out. And it feels very much like I'm playing like actually because it takes place in Mexico, at least at this part in the game, and I'm running around there's like bright sun and like desert. It actually feels a lot like Metal Gear.
Oh yeah,
at
like
certain parts.
Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
But yeah, no, I so far I'm still
Dude,
kind of
all the footage and like the screenshots I've seen look incredible. Like
dude, it's
one of
fucking
the
gorgeous.
reviews I was reading said like if you're playing on PS5 or whatever, you don't even. Well, I guess you're only playing on PS5, but like they're like you don't even need the like HDR mode. It's
Here you can
just,
actually see. Here's the open world now that I'm out of the boss fight.
that's crazy. That looks so good.
Dude, it looks amazing, and like the weather effects are amazing, and also like I'm realizing that like, and I remember this from before, but I had forgotten, I guess, but like the sauce, like the vibe sauce in this game is literally just you'll be running through the open world, and all of a sudden some beautiful like indie music just starts
you
playing,
crest
and I'm
the
like,
hill, and then like
Find that a little corny.
I mean,
it is, but like the
it's
fact that it's
amazing.
sincere about it is like, yeah, dude, I don't care. Sometimes things are
It gives me
corny and they're
goosebumps.
cool.
It
Like,
gives me goosebumps every time. I'm like, this is fucking unreal. This is so unhinged. There was a wonderful. I don't know if y'all saw it. I think I reposted it earlier, but like, there's an interview with Norman Reedus talking about making Death Stranding 2, and he's like, Hideo's just like, all right, now I want you to hold the baby and cry, and I'm like, as an actor, I'm like, why am I crying? And he's like, because the baby sad. Look, a whale.
Yeah.
It's like I have no idea what's going on, and I'm like, God, that sounds amazing. Like I just want to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
It's kind of hilarious that Norman is like he acknowledges how fucking batshit insane it is, but he's like, all right, bro, I'll whatever you want. You just point, I'll go.
Paying
I'll
him
do it.
the big bucks.
Yeah. And somehow it ends up coming together into this like weirdly beautiful thing that is unlike anything else. I still find like I've already done several like one of the deliveries I did in this game. I was like I just started picking up shit that I was like I'm already like pushing it on my like capacity and like how much I can carry, and I feel like I and for some reason like just the act of picking things up, trying to keep your balance, trying to make it over tough terrain, and trying to make it to your destination somehow is not boring, and somehow
it's that like mindfulness, like you're in the moment, you're being procedural, like
I get locked in.
It's difficult to explain if you haven't played it, but like it's a walking simulator in the best possible way.
But like I could just play baby steps and not have to.
My brain is telling me this should be boring as hell, but for some reason it's like the opposite. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I still love this weird fucking thing, and I'm really excited to kind of see how crazy it gets. And I hear it gets pretty damn crazy, but like in a good way.
Is the UI? But I believe y'all, and I know I can get there. But when I was playing the first game or the director's cut recently, it's just like I'm
The
just
UI
on
is
this
overwhelming.
menu. And I'm like, oh, I guess I'm putting stuff on my backpack or something. And I just keep putting stuff on the ground. And I'm like, it's so bad. Like the UI is so, I couldn't deal with it. I was like, I want to go, let me walk. I don't want to ever look at this menu ever again because it does not make any fucking sense. And I know eventually that will become muscle memory, brain,
Yes.
and I won't even think about it. But at first, it's so hostile.
This is what I'm talking about. This is why I was like, Blueprints is like so calming to me because it is the exact opposite of that.
Yeah, I don't know because I've only played the director's cut, but that might be somewhat alleviated a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a lot of like you have to learn the UI a little bit, but I don't think that that's bad.
It was so
like once you know what you're doing, it's like
yeah. You don't
Yeah,
even think about it
transferring
like that.
cargo between like your
You don't-
cart
yeah,
and the ground and what's on your body and and there's usually like a recommended load, like you hit a button and it kind of like evenly distributes your load across your body and then you can kind of tweak from there.
Yeah,
Like
I remember
Yeah,
that button. I
for
could
that.
eventually find that button, and then sometimes I accidentally press the wrong one, and I put stuff on the ground, and
I don't know
I don't
what
know
it is.
where it is. Like, is
I
this
don't know.
equipped? I don't know how much stuff weighs. Is it important
Yeah.
how I put it on myself? And
Yeah,
should I bring
for
these
sure.
things?
It is
And
very
I
important.
don't
Yes.
fucking know any of it.
Yeah, for sure.
It is very.
It's like I
You're-
didn't expect that. Like when I started Death Stranding, like I didn't expect me to be stressing out about a UI.
That is the only thing that stresses me out about this.
It's the sauce, man.
That is
That's not
it,
sauce.
like,
That's sauce.
I mean,
that's sauce.
That's
There's
some
sauce
gristle.
in
It's
there.
some gristle
No,
in my meat.
it's not. There's sauce in there. You just haven't you haven't warmed the steak up enough that gristle is like melted into delicious unctuousness. You know what I mean? Like
I like this
it's
metaphor.
there. It's there. Like it makes sense once you
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up, Brad.
The UI
I'll
makes
fucking
sense.
fight you.
The UI makes sense. Look, I
don't
believe
know.
that.
Like I don't. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I don't know, man. Whatever.
It's.
I mean, I look at
it's
the map
cool.
and I'm moving the sticks and the buttons, and I'm like, I just want to like put a line to where I think I'm gonna go, and I can't figure it out. I played a lot of video games, dude.
Brad's a little weak-minded.
Yeah.
I played a lot of video games, and I know when ones are like intuitive and when ones are not, and it is not.
Intuitive though being not. I don't know.
There is a learning curve to this
It's
game.
not intuitive, but it's an incredibly powerful, useful tool once you learn how to use it. You know, like
There is a little bit of a hill to
intuitiveness
climb.
Of
isn't
course.
like.
I'm not. All I'm saying is that it's not intuitive. I'm not
Oh,
judging it based on that. I'm saying that it's
Fuck
just
you.
it's friction. That's not the good kind of friction. The good friction is falling and tripping and into a river and then all your shit going downstream. That's the
Which
friction I want. Not
Oh,
how do
there's-
I put the shit on my character in a
There's
menu.
flash floods.
Yes, that's what I want to
Yeah, that
enjoy. I
shit's
want to get
wild.
past. I want the bullshit to become muscle memory so I can enjoy the bullshit that I came for.
That's fair. Look, I'll
Sometimes
talk
you just
more-
gotta let go, Brad. Just gotta let go.
Homie,
I'm sure we'll be talking about
I was
this more.
falling asleep.
We'll be talking about this more. Crispy's going to start it. I'm going to keep going. Obviously, we'll talk more about it
I
once
do
we
have
actually get
have
to the
my
actual.
copy, and I still want to find like a good summary video that's I don't know like
There is look
20
the-
minutes long maybe.
Brad, I will tell you this: when you
Not
boot up
6
the game,
hours, not 3
there is
minutes.
a previously on Death Stranding thing in this game. That's like
probably dog
5
shit.
minutes.
Those are always dog shit.
But like it sounds like it's what you're looking for. Like it
But
it gives
that's
you...
for the person who played the first game, not for the person
no.
who skipped the first game. It's like a
I mean,
refresher, right?
It's a
I need
refresher,
something
but
that's
it-
like 22
it's-
minutes long.
Okay, that's weird.
You can't,
ask.
Nick.
It's
You
not.
can't help him. Let him
All right,
forge
I'm
his
gonna
own
stop trying.
path.
I'm gonna stop. I just saying like I forgot almost everything, and I watched
Yeah,
it, and
but you
it sums up.
played the first game.
But it sums up everything you need to know to actually understand. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know if I okay. I don't know if I believe that.
right,
Would
fine.
Malia know what's going on? Like I've literally
know.
I did not play the first game.
That
I
is a
played
great social
an
experiment that
hour
you could
of it.
do, and you could report back to it.
Yeah.
You know, I'll do the same thing. I'll have Robin watch it every time she walks in playing this. This is fucking weird, and I'm like, yeah. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna have her watch it and just. I'll report back. All right, let's
Weird, dude.
let's wrap this up. We'll talk more about Death Stranding 2 in the future once we've actually gotten to like the Death Stranding 2 saga, which is yet to come.
The saga.
The saga. All right, let's wrap it up at the 4-player minute. Brad, start us off.
I say go to
God.
Chris Davis. I was kind of talking about my 4-player minute during the break, so I'm not going to do it now. About how Henry is getting into Sayonara Wild Hearts, and that's weird, but it's kind of cool. I guess he likes gay indie games because that's what that game is.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, I had a feeling that he would like it for like the music and rhythmy element to it, but it's almost like it's like I think he's ready for like a Mizuguchi game, like he's ready for like Rez or Lumines or something. He was vibing hard with
Dude,
that.
Lumines.
Tetris
I don't know
Effect.
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it brought joy to me because usually he just plays games I really don't want him to talk about or like make me watch. Like Minecraft or whatever, which I just can't.
Fuck spending time
And
with my son.
it's not
No.
even anti Minecraft. It's literally the way he plays Minecraft. I'm like I can't. He's just like making 50 sheep and then like look dad, I can make them green. Like that's not. This is supposed to be Lego.
Son.
It's just not. I keep telling him like build something cool and show me
Come
that.
to
But
me
he's
when
like,
you're a titan of industry.
he's just spawning shit in like. I can't. But whatever.
All right, cool. That works.
It is what it is. I mean, he plays Animal Crossing and all he does is like design shirts. And I'm like, that's not. No one plays like this. What are you doing?
That's not true. My ex-girlfriend played like that.
But I can't go with him there. I can't go with him there. If he was like, come on, man, let's figure out these turnips, I'd be like, yes, let's do it. But no, he just wants to make shirts. I'm like, God damn it.
That's
I never
amazing.
expected this. I was like, oh, my kids are gonna grow up and we'll play video games together and we'll be interested in like similar things and he'll get good at Tekken and I'll make him care.
Oh yeah. Yeah, sure.
And I'm like,
and a tear will roll down my cheek.
I want him to get my ass beat in a fighting game. That's all I want for my children.
You're a man now, son.
Maybe Griffin. I don't know.
Yeah.
You got 2 shots.
You got another one.
He's competitive though. I mean, like Henry is competitive. Like when he was like losing, like in like whatever, like Sayonara Wild Hearts, he was determined to get it. Even when he was I was like, let me do it. I could do it. He's like, no, I got it. Which is good. I like to see a little bit of fight. He
needs that hunger.
I can't ever play anything competitive against Malia because she is a co-op only kind of partner. You know what I mean? She doesn't have like the obsessive competitiveness that I do. So like it's just not
she's not a killer like you.
Yeah, I'm the kind of person who's like I only want to play things like games, like board games, video games, whatever, against people who are better than me. It's because me losing is the only way. I'm like Vegeta, okay? Whatever, Or no, Vegeta doesn't like losing. Like
that's
Goku.
All he does.
Like Goku, he wants to fight someone stronger than him because that's like an opportunity to get better. Whatever.
Yeah.
She is like, well, losing's not fun, I guess. I don't know.
She's Vegeta.
You're married to Vegeta.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. All right. Chris Davis, you're up.
My 4-player minute is about Ace Combat. This 2025 is the 30-year anniversary of the franchise, and on Monday, they put out a 30th anniversary kind of memorial thing. Where they do this every now and then because they actually they have this like this clout within Bandai Namco somehow. I think they have just this executive that's protecting them, and God bless whoever that is. But they have like behind the scenes content they put out. They have a fucking mascot where they do a bunch of different things. And they put out this video that's basically entirely teasing the next entry in the franchise while reflecting on the previous ones.
Which means it could still happen. Like this could come to pass. Your Fantasy Critic gamble. Unannounced Ace Combat game.
I don't think he cares about Fantasy Critic at this point. I just think it's the series that he really wants.
But if it happens, that'd be 2 years in a row. That'd be 2 years in a row.
I don't care. I just want this game to exist. I want Project Aces to be able to make what they're good at and what they like doing. I don't want them to be making fucking, licensed anime fighting game slop.
They're probably making that Pac-Man game.
The
Ace Combat team.
Well, I'll buy it if that's the case. No, they're in full on marketing mode right now. Late last night they put out like a quick like memorial quote unquote 30-second video about the original Ace Combat game, the original.
In memoriam.
But here's the thing. There's two things happening this week. Number one, the game that inspired the entire franchise, the arcade game called Air Combat 22, is getting a console port. Like everything's it's coming and you can buy it for like $17 and I'm going to buy it. But number two,
Air Combat, the PS1 game?
No, Ace Combat. Or Air Combat was the PS1 game, but there was Air Combat 22, which was an arcade game.
Oh, okay.
Like a physical arcade game. Anyway, on Thursday, Bandai Namco is doing a summer showcase event. And the timing of these various different things happening gives me a lot of hopium, industrial grade hopium that I need. I need this to happen. All I want is this, and then I will surrender my fantasy critic. I want this to happen.
When is this event? You said again?
Thursday.
Cool. All right. Well, best of luck.
Yeah.
You think it's really gonna happen? You think it's gonna be like something that comes out this year?
Not this year, I don't think. No.
Brad's very, very secretly like, I don't give a shit about Ace Combat, but I am thinking about Fantasy Critic, even though
I like
it was already counterpicked, you motherfuckers.
Well, I'm full in my leagues. I do like Ace Combat, Nick. Yeah, you might forget, but so yeah, I'd be interested in a new one.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right, Crispy.
Okay, so Death Stranding 2 just came out. Obviously, very excited about that, as we already mentioned. But it's also making me think about Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta.
Oh shit, dude! That's
that
exciting
shit
too.
is also looking hype as fuck.
Yep.
I am really excited about that new online shit.
Were you here? You weren't here last week. Were you here
No.
when we watched the Donkey Kong stuff?
No, he wasn't.
So, are you familiar with the snake? Are you familiar with Snake Eater? How it's you play as Big Boss, who's the bad guy from the original Metal Gear.
Played it. Yes, I played through Snake Eater before.
But like so like it's the story of Big Boss and
right. It's the story of Big Boss.
Yes, how he became
also
the villain.
The story of Ocelot.
Yes. But see,
and
Donkey
oh my
Kong
god, the
Bonanza,
boss is
you understand how Donkey Kong Bonanza is a snake eater, right?
Oh, because they're going.
Donkey Kong is the bad guy of the original Donkey Kong.
No,
who has Pauline kidnapped.
Yeah, and New Donk City and all that stuff. But I think that's a little bit of a. I think that's a little bit of a what do you call that? A retcon because
shit.
Because
Snake Eater.
Because at a certain point, like, wasn't Cranky Kong the original Donkey Kong?
Oh, you're right. That's Donkey Kong lore. We can't get into that.
Yeah, like Cranky Kong was the original Donkey Kong that Jumpman fought against.
It's all fucked up. Look, but see that's Rare lore. They're taking bits and pieces of the Rare universe, but not all.
I'm honestly not sure how we're connecting Metal Gear and Donkey Kong.
He's saying that this is like
in Bonanza, they're younger. Like
of,
Pauline is a kid, right? And they're friends.
Well, okay,
Donkey Kong's a good guy, but in the original Donkey Kong,
there has to be
a bad guy.
No, hang on. If that's true, then there has to be like a pre-Mario Brothers Mario the Jumpman Mario
is the
like appearance as like a young man, maybe even before he has his mustache.
Dude, you think,
and he's got his wrenches and he
so
does
you know what's
the
crazy?
Whole, like,
you know what's crazy
though?
Thing. The explanation for what's going on is actually Braid. And Braid is like like he's running, there's like girders and stuff. Like Braid it is basically like kind of a take on Mario, but like a puzzle game, right? Like it's a platformer.
Braid?
But here's the thing. You remember the end of Braid, right?
No.
You remember, like, dude, it's like iconic ending. Are you kidding me?
I never played Braid.
I love Braid, but I have forgotten everything about it.
That's crazy that you forgot. The story is him realizing that he was,
Mario.
like you rewind. The villain is not the villain. You're the fucking villain.
Oh,
Mario is the villain.
Buzz Lightyear movie that they did.
Mario is the villain. That's the story of Braid.
I hope
Remember that
Braid
Buzz Lightyear movie? That's the story of Buzz Lightyear.
I didn't watch that.
Brad
because
just
I'm
casually dropping
I'm a
the
fucking grown up.
spoiling the end of Braid.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Play Braid. Who hasn't played Braid?
I
But
haven't
like
played Braid.
the last level of Braid is like famous. Like the ending is like a rug pull. Like, oh shit. Like you. Yeah.
Braid is brilliant. I couldn't remember any of the details.
Donkey Kong.
I think maybe you've never played it.
Donkey Kong.
How dare you?
So like,
What are you talking about, Brad?
Well, whatever. I mean, whatever. It's fine. What is your top 10 from that year? We were podcasting together. Is Braid on there?
I don't even know
If Braid's not on there,
records don't go back
basically
that far.
no. The one that Ed made doesn't go all the way back to when we were doing top 10s.
Yeah,
You have to go back to the top 10 podcast. Someone should be able to dig that up.
somebody go find it. I played Braid.
I bet Braid's not on there.
I bet you it is, bitch.
Oh, you guys are funny. But yeah, Metal Gear Solid's coming out along with
2008?
Donkey Kong.
2008?
And-
Fuck no, dude.
And there's too many fucking games, and I have little money. And
Library, baby.
and at this rate, it's like, man, the video games are what I'm living for. You know what I'm saying? Can't be fucking around with my supply.
Oh my god. I could tell you right now what Nick's top 10 list of. Y'all want to hear it? Nick's top 10 list. And by the way, I just googled the list. Nick's top 10 of 2008. In no particular order. Fallout 3, Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots. Dead Space, of course.
Wait, how did you Google this?
This is not your list. These are games that came out in
Oh,
2008.
dude.
I'm making it for you. I remember
Space was my game of the
2008.
year
Nick.
that year.
I remember 2008, Nick. Far Cry 2,
Yep, that was on there.
maybe Fable 2. Did you play Fable 2 when it came out?
Fable 2 was not on there.
I'll
I
tell you.
never finished Fable 2. In fact, Fable
Mm.
1 is the only Fable game I've ever played with any
Oh,
significance.
interesting. Silent Hill Homecoming. Did you? I bet you
No.
put that on your top 10.
No,
you
I did not, dude.
disgusting
No.
Oh,
motherfucker.
he didn't like it. He's the Philistine.
It's like my least favorite Silent Hill, probably.
Oh,
Oh wait,
don't-
Prince of Persia 2008 was definitely on your list,
That was definitely on my list.
and I
yeah.
think maybe you put on Spider-Man: Web of Shadows.
that actually
does that
might.
sound-
I bet you
true,
did
too, yeah.
because you were really positive about like every Spider-Man game that came out.
Resistance
before
2,
the Sony
I
one
bet was on your
when I
list.
knew you.
No, it
I
would
don't
have been
think I played
Resistance 2.
2. I didn't play Resistance 2 until after, like, years later.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Resistance 2,
Pretty sure, yeah.
GTA 4?
GTA 4, of course.
Oh my god, I wish someone just look up my actual list.
I don't because
I
it's
love
not
it.
written down anywhere.
I know.
I'm telling
Whatever.
you, man. I don't see you putting Braid on your list.
Dead Space was on. Dude, I promise
Dead
you. Braid was
Space,
on my
Far
list.
Cry 2. I mean, Gears of War 2 may have even been on there.
Oh, I fucking
Metal Gear
can't stand
Solid
Gears of
4,
War.
Fallout 3. Those were definitely on there. Whatever.
Actually,
Valkyria Chronicles.
yes, Valkyria Chronicles
You
would have
did
been
put
on
on
there.
Didn't
there,
you
yeah.
all give that number one that year?
Well,
Yeah.
that was our first like collective number one.
But
Well,
also,
we tried-
wasn't
we
that.
tried to do a
Didn't y'all play that
collective
after the year had been done? Right?
well, some of them I think.
You got like from a
Dude, that was
Christmas
so long
present from
ago. I
David.
don't remember the logistics,
yeah.
the timing of any of this stuff.
I was the one who played it on launch because I'm a real one, of course.
Uh-huh.
Chrono Trigger DS was like your least favorite game of the year. I remember.
I played like 10 minutes of it, man. What are you talking about?
What?
Scumbag, dude.
That's not even
Like an
time
hour
to
of it.
experience it.
Scumbag.
I still have, to this day, I have not played Chrono Trigger.
Is this podcast over yet? Oh wait,
I haven't
Yeah.
even done my 4-player minute.
Sorry.
You hijacked it to talk about my top 10 of 2008 to make a point.
Well, it wasn't fucking Patapon.
No, definitely not Patapon.
Burnout Paradise. Burnout
That was
Paradise.
not on my
Doesn't play- he does
I
not
never
play
played
racing
Burnout.
Bro,
What are you talking about?
buddy.
Do you even know me?
Evidently
If you
not.
if you listen to the podcast back then, it would have been me ranting about how they ruined Burnout. Because fuck Burnout Paradise, dude.
I mean, the crash mode, I understand the ranting, but that's still a fucking great game.
Just a
All right, can I do my 4-player minute real quick?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
I was hesitant. I'm hesitant to even say this out loud because I'm waiting. I might not be here next week. Because I'm waiting. I might be going to the Dexter premiere again. In New York City.
They're premiering another show already.
Yeah,
that's
July 11th. July 11th.
How does this happen? They literally just did a show this year.
I know they've got it in. They're literally.
This is
filming,
the
like
Dexter
writing and filming
cinematic
them
universe.
Yeah.
Is this the Kid Dexter show?
No, this is the sequel. This is like opposite end of the timeline.
But like it's so fast. Like I was blown away that the bear was already back, but Dexter has been like 2 months.
Dude, I heard the bear got real bad.
Is that true?
Yeah, everyone's saying that after season 2, it took a huge shit.
Really?
I don't know if it's true, but
I thought I saw positive reviews for season 3. I don't know.
I got like halfway through season 3 and we stopped watching it because Malia said, I can't watch this at the end of the night. It makes me too anxious. And I'm like, all right, that's fine. We can watch something else.
I get that. I feel that.
So we stopped halfway through season 3, but I didn't know like
that meme killed it. That fucking meme that went viral about the bear killed it. The one where he's like screaming. It's like, oh fuck! Someone ordered food in my restaurant. Now I have to make it. Fuck!
I've not seen that. I've not seen that meme, but that sounds about right.
That's pretty funny.
Season 3 was butt, huh? Damn.
I don't know.
It was once a pretty awesome show.
I know. Precipitous downfall.
So maybe I won't catch up then. Fuck.
I mean, maybe they'll do season 4 and it'll be good. I mean, sometimes they're just.
I constantly have to make cuts, like hard choices of shit with the
people
limited time
swear
I
that
have,
Westworld got good again. People swear that Walking Dead got good again.
That is true. That is true.
Did you watch the new Negan reality show?
What?
Destination X. It's GeoGuessr, but with in real life, where he's like, it's like a challenge reality show competition game. Where he takes a bunch of people and he's like, I'm gonna fly you blindfolded somewhere on the world, and the name of the game is figure out where you are. It's literally GeoGuessr in real life.
And you get that rainbow guy on.
And you just, it's just, yeah. Seems kind of.
Well, Brad hijacked my 4-player minute, but that's it. We can wrap up. Thanks for.
Oh, it was Destination X.
Nick, wow. I heard your 4-player minute, and I loved it.
Remember Dexter?
And I loved it. Look, Nick, I'm so happy for you. I think it's crazy that I
have Dexter news. We started watching the prequel series again.
Original Sin, yeah.
We started watching Original Sin again because, like I said, Malia's getting hyped for that new one, and she was like, "Well, we had to resub anyways. We might as well watch this shit." And
I'm rewatching it right now too.
Oh my god.
We know, Nick.
Just rewatch New Blood.
Do you ever have you?
That's my secret, man. I'm also 22 seasons through Law and Order SVU.
Oh no, you gotta stop that,
buddy. Okay,
that's not gonna
stop.
You're doing bad things to
your brain, Nick. You can't do that.
I can't stop now. I can't. I'm so close. I'm so
yes, you can.
He's like Ash Ketchum, but for sexual assault stories.
No, you can't do it, Nick. I love you too much.
Oh my god. You can blame my wife. She's the one who started. Like my wife started this, and then she's like on season 7, and I've left her in the dust.
I knew it. I knew she was a bad influence. The day she got married, influence. I said this fucking lady's gonna be the death of him.
This is
Baldur's Gate 3 died for Law and Order SVU.
A good point. He brings up a good point. Do you like SVU more than Baldur's Gate 3?
Oh, come on. Don't, Nick. No, Brad, we don't want to know the answer to that. We don't want to know.
Deep down in my heart, I've always known the answer. I just want Nick to say it.
No.
We don't want to know.
There's two very different things. You
Nick.
can't even compare the two.
If Ice-T was in was in
I finished
Baldur's
that shit
Gate.
yesterday.
Shut the fuck up.
Look, real quick, Brad, just because I'm curious. Maybe I should you after after the show. You started saying you and Leah started watching.
Yeah,
I'm
we
curious.
watched a couple more episodes. I mean, we're still not through it or anything, but you know,
Okay,
it's
just curious.
I don't know. I don't. She just randomly. Well, because we resubbed for the new show, and she was like, "I guess we should watch this." But she, you know, you've met Malia. She refuses to be excited about anything, ever. But I can tell. I can tell when she really is. When she's secretly, you know.
Cool. All right. Anyways, guys, thank you for listening. This has been yet another episode of 4Player Podcast. We'll be back next week, maybe, possibly, to talk about more video games. In the meantime, we'd love for you to join us in Discord at discord.gg/4player. Why are you making that face, Crispy?
I don't know. He's
just disappointed.
I don't know.
Yeah. Join us next time for another exciting episode of 4Player Podcast. We'd love to have you in Discord. You can find all of our episodes on your podcast streaming service of choice, or you can find all of our episodes on 4playernetwork.com. In the meantime, guys, be good to each other, play video games, and good night.
There was a part that Malia was kind of eye rolling to, and like to be fair, she is much more familiar with the original Dexter than I am. I've seen it all, but I don't remember it as much. And it's the kind of thing, and I'm glad she reacted this way because it means there are people like me. They were talking to the property, the evidence lady in the basement or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, oh, you know, and like she had like one sentence, but it was about dying and key lime pie, and I'm like, come on, this is just a reference. It's cheesy. It's cheesy, and I hate stuff like that. And I didn't even remember it, but Malia was like face palming, and I'm like, come on, dog.
There are some cheesy references in it.
You gotta.
But there's also some really good references in it too. Like I don't know how far you got, but there's some really good.
Okay, but like you gotta you can restrain yourself. It's so much better when you don't do too much of this shit.
They
like
really don't. There's
don't you know,
dude. A lot of the decisions that they made, especially
be your
in the
own
back half,
thing. Learn from Better Call Saul. Although Better Call Saul has that stuff too, but it's like art. So.
The back half of the season, maybe after starting with episode 5 onward, I think they start to make some really smart decisions about how things connect and not in like cheap ways.
Okay.
And
can I ask you something?
They literally fill in some of the negative space or wanted to be filled in, which I think is what a prequel should do to justify its own existence.
You know how there are people who like don't like Breaking Bad, but they really love Better Call Saul. Right? That can't be possible for a show like Dexter New Sin or whatever it's called, Original Sin. Like it's not a show that can like exist on its own. And that's what I find like to me that's why
actually I would say, I mean, if they had decided they wanted to just reboot Dexter completely and like for a new age, they could. I mean, they are. There's a season. They've already greenlit season.
Whoa! So they're doing sequel to the prequel.
They are, dude. They are leapfrogging these two series. Literally,
that's actually crazy.
That's too much.
It is crazy. It is fucking crazy. But you know, I'm here for it because it's me.
Well, I mean, everything's too much. Like literally, this is what they do now. Like everything is just like this.
Yeah.
You know, you strike while the iron's hot and
franchise the fuck out of it.
I'm not going to like. I don't want to get into the debate because I love the character.
I'm not even here to debate that. I mean, I'm not going to argue Dexter with you. That's fine. But like,
I'm also just saying, like, season 1 of Original Sin won audiences over in a big way. By the end of it, people were like, "Holy shit!"
I believe you because I worked with someone who started Dexter, had never seen a second of Dexter, but just binged it all the way through, even that new Original Sin stuff, and it was crazy to see someone in real time experience all of Dexter. Because, me, I was like, well, towards the later seasons, it's not as good or whatever. And
Seasons
like
6, 7, and
she
8.
agreed, but
Or-
like she agreed,
Yeah.
but she wasn't like, yeah, but it's not like killing my Dexter enjoyment, or like, like she didn't like say, oh, I give up on Dexter, like, like it's not like Alias. You remember Alias? Alias was a show that was like really cool, and then it became like so tragically bad. Like I don't think there's very few shows that I think I've ever like flipped on, like, so whatever. I'm going to bed.
I get it. I get what you're saying. In fact, I'm talking to somebody on Blue Sky right now who's watching Dexter for the very first time, and he's almost done with.
He's
and
saying,
he is like,
I'm gonna tell you something, Nick. Now that we're done, you got to get a new cable or switch out your USB.
Yeah.
Like,
why did you
can't-
wait until the very end of the fucking podcast?
Because I don't want you to crash out like 10 minutes into the podcast. It was listenable.
it was fine.
But you need to just fix it. You need to. It's not going to go away. It's not going to go away. And it was fine up until like probably the last like 20 minutes. It was at its worst. But like no one in chat's even commenting on it, so I don't even know if they hear the issue.
I know, it just like now I'm worried the recording is going to be shitty.
No, but you said that for
No.
the past 4 weeks. It's
gonna be
fine. I'm saying this time, swap out your cable, swap USB ports. You gotta at least do that.
I gotta buy a new fucking cable, and then I just haven't.
What kind of connector is that? That's a generic.
What do you mean? It's
non-proprietary, right?
Right. I mean, I'm not saying it's hard. I just got to do it, and I just haven't done it yet.
Yeah,
Well, do it right now.
And don't just get a new cable. Swap the USB port, because
I will.
it could be the USB port.
Now I'm paranoid the fucking audio is gonna be trash.
It's fine.
Nick.
We
Nick.
communicated
It was fine
with you
for the
that
previous
He
entire
didn't
weeks,
time.
say
it's gonna be
anything
fine
because
for
it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't bad enough to say.
Towards
anything.
the end, it got worse, but it wasn't like it's so unoffensive that people just think it's just a normal Discord thing. But we know it's not a Discord thing.
Yeah.
It is so definitely your cable or something. So yeah.
The only thing I can think
I'm
of
listening
that
to
might
the
be
audio right
software.
now.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to trust me when I say it's there. I don't
Okay,
know why
well-
Audacity's not picking it up, but like it is not like a connection thing. We've had connection.
Are you sure
issues.
it's not? Are you sure it's not my internet dropping? Because
I promise you, it is
It's not.
It
It's
just
not.
did it. It just did it.
then why is it not picking up on the audio on Audacity?
I have no idea. Is your Audacity using the exact same?
Yes, 100%.
Like it.
I'm playing it
listen
right
very
now.
closely, because if they're hearing it on stream as well.
Okay, Nick. Here's something I want you to try.
Listen to your 4-player minute, maybe.
Open Task Manager.
Hold on.
It's not constant. Not even close to constant. That's the thing.
All right, whatever. I'll swap out the cable. I'm just saying, I just listened to like 45 seconds to a minute at the very, very end of the last segment, and I didn't hear.
It just happened right now.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not recording right now, so.
No, I know, but I'm saying like we're hearing something, and it's not like it is when it's the internet thing. Like I had, there. I think right at the end there, I had like a couple of seconds where it happened to Crispy, like for internet reasons, but it might have been my internet. But it was when he was talking. I know what an internet Discord glitch sounds like.
Yeah.
I will get a new cable and I'll replace it.
Okay, and different USB port, but yes.
Yes,
Nick.
and a different USB port.
All
All right. Try something with me right now. Open Task
God.
Manager.
And you just scared Brad away.
He already said he was leaving.
He was leaving already. Okay.
All right.
Click on the Details tab.
Mm-hmm.
Scroll down. Sort by name and scroll down to Discord, and right-click the one that has the most memory being used right now.
Okay.
Okay. For set priority, what does it say when you hover over it?
Hi.
Okay. Set it for real time.
Okay.
And then just start
Done.
talking.
I mean, is it happening often enough that like if I just talk for a few
not
seconds, you're
really.
gonna?
Not
Yeah,
really.
I mean, I don't really know what talking right now is gonna do unless it just. Also, I moved my mic after we were done recording, so that might have jostled the
Maybe
table a
there
little bit.
was one time I noticed it while we were talking about Death Stranding.
Mhm.
I think it's fine enough that we'll just remember that we did this, and then if it comes up again, we'll troubleshoot again.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
well, I mean, I'm one way or the other. I'm gonna get a new cable. I mean, I know
well,
I
yeah,
probably
you
need to
should
do it
do that.
anyways.
Yeah, you should just do that.
Word.
But it'll be fine.
Word.
Okay, well, good job, gentlemen.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone.
Goodbye, everybody.
I love you all. Good night and good luck.